Did you guys ever make out? Jules, sorry. I had a Milano cookie in my mouth. Who's Dina?
Because I'm coming back with a new channel and it's going to be completely positive.
Who's Dina? I was never, but ever been. Did you guys ever make out? Jules, I had a Milano cookie in my mouth. Who's Dina? Milano cookie in my... Who's Dina?
She's like, hi, and then the person's name, and then she tags me. And this is her, by the way. This is what she used to go by before she added the new avatar and the coffee emoji. And the reason why her name comes up green is because I have a browser extension where I can click on someone's name and it takes me directly to their URL. Can you post the numbers? Like, yes, I can. Let me grab that for you real quick. So because I have the browser extension, I am able to, hold on a second, what is it? Okay, I'll tag you. There you go. Cool. Let me know if you, and it immediately takes me to their URL so I can double check to make sure, you know, is it actually their channel? Is it a sock account? You know, it takes me directly to the account that's doing it. And it was her channel that she has right now. It's her main channel. And I said, are you the real BHB LOL? And then that's when I clicked on her name. I was like, oh my gosh, that is the real person. And she says, how you doing, babe? Your judge helped me find out who you are, which I don't even know what that means. It doesn't make sense. Like, what did she do? Go to like some random judge's house and was like, hey, there's this burnt piece of bread online that's cyberbullying me. Give me her information. Like, that's not how that works. And then, of course, I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. And she says, tell him thanks. I don't even know why she thinks that I would know a judge. Thank you, Kelsey. Welcome to Dumpster Fire. I appreciate that.
Of course, I'm going to give you some commentary while we look at what we're about to look at. Hold on. Wait, Justin, are you okay? You look a little scared over there. Are you with your friends Molly and Betty and Olivia being exposed lately? How are you feeling? Are you okay, Justin? Can we get... I've got Justin in the studio. And Justin is going to tell us how he feels about all of his friends and all of his YouTube buddies being exposed, including himself. Justin, can you please tell us, please, right now? Justin, say something.
Thank you.
Say something, Justin. I guess he's so scared that he just can't talk. Poor Justin. So we've got Toastie, one of my favorite commentators in the community, and I haven't been getting... I thought Toastie was taking a break. Maybe Toastie was? I don't know, but I was not getting any notifications or any type. I would always get notifications when Toastie went live, and then all of a sudden it stopped. Now, it could just be my YouTube. It could have been like my fault or something. So I put out a community tab post. Make sure, I think I did it on both my channels. Make sure that if you, okay, even if you're not subscribed to Burnt Toast, type in Burnt Toast or Burnt Toast space Molly. But if you're not, make sure you go subscribe and make sure that you have checked the bell to see why, if you're not getting notifications. Toastie is better at this than me. You know, she's been in this community doing this way longer. She's like the OG of holding Molly and Betty and all these people responsible. She does tend to go at Molly and Bullhorn Betty more than anything else, and I love that. And you know, I'm more like trying to hit the whole community and everything out there. Burnt Toast, though, gives us video after video after video in a live stream that happened just 17 hours ago when I opened it. So it's more like 20 hours ago now. But anyway, she gives us video after video after video after video that completely exposes Bullhorn Betty. It turns out Betty is going on a breakdown, drunken even, trying to cope with the fact that the entire YouTube community out there, it's moving up. Betty and Molly and Justin and LB know that what they've been doing is starting to move up. New creators, more creators are starting to jump in and commentate. And unlike ever before, those creators are not saying anything positive about these people. Though I did mention yesterday that after they blasted the report that we looked at, the Bodycam report, a couple of these kind of really small YouTubers, probably fans of theirs that made channels, went online and just, railed DRE based on trusting the narrative that they've been hearing from Molly and Justin and LB, which I'm so happy that these small YouTubers did this, because it on top of the live chat, on top of the police reports filed, these YouTubers doing what they're doing, these new tubers, these small YouTubers with under 100 subs, are proving that there is an incitement effect, there is a trust effect, and the misinformation is having a bad effect. We have everything we need out there to show this, and I'm just glad that it's happening. I am literally ecstatic that Burnt Toast came in and did what she did, because she's better at pulling these clips than I am, and better than, my mods and the peeps out there. She just has a way with this because she's been doing it for so long. She's set the standard out there along with a bunch of other people, and I talk about all these other people all the time, and I haven't talked about Toastie in a minute. So that's why I'm talking about Toastie. I'm not trying to, not give anyone else any attention, but Toastie sets the standard in the community when it comes to holding these people accountable for the lies that they tell, showing the proof that they're deleting clips and lying when they do abhorrent things. And the most interesting thing is going on with this last video that Toastie did. I'm going to show you something real quick before we do our intro. If you notice, when Toastie starts streaming, she had Bullhorn Betty, the real Bullhorn Betty, come into her chat. And, it's funny, Bullhorn Betty has changed her, I believe, even her name by adding a little coffee emblem or something, right? Probably copying Nonsense, because Nonsense has a little palm tree in her name. But then she changed her emblem here. And you know why Bullhorn Betty did this? Because she was probably just drunk out of her mind, angry out of her mind, wanting to wring the neck of many small animals and other human beings and choke them to death. And because she couldn't do it, and she was behind a keyboard, and because she's a coward, she decided to play the keyboard warrior game of going into a live chat threatening Toastie. And the way she did this was she went out and obsessively, in the most creepy, window peeping creeper kind of way, Bullhorn Betty doxed, or attempted to dox, Toastie. And she did this and then went out and thought she found Toast, and then followed the person who she thought was Toast and doxed them, cyberstalked, stalked them till she had their employer, their children, minor children, and other details like their addresses and stuff like that. And didn't now Bullhorn Betty didn't go and stalk these people and dox these people and harass these people and keep the information for herself to file in court or something. Like, she'll say, I just dox people so that I can sue them. It's not what she did here. She decided, and this is why they shouldn't be obsessively digging on people, because they can't be trusted. They aren't reporters. They aren't even able to control themselves. She doxed and threatened the children. She put the names of those kids in the chat. Also, the location, their school, the name of their school. She's so mad at Toast, and she can't stop Toast. Toast has been doing this for a long time. Burnt Toast on YouTube. Toastie, I call her Toastie because Busy and Toastie were best friends once. I have no idea what happened there, but anyway, Busy always cries whenever I mention Burnt Toast, so I try to say Toastie so he doesn't get so upset. But anyway, my assistant, Busy, he's also a piece of bread if you didn't know. He's a little burnt. Actually, he's really burnt, but not physically. Back to what I was saying. Betty decided that she was going to take those kids because she wants to intimidate Toast. And if she can't intimidate Toast by doxing her because she gets the wrong person every time, and Betty just doesn't realize this, so she's going to then try to use her family, use her employer. And the problem is she had the wrong person. These are innocent people that you're doxing. Now, why do you put 2 minor children's names, full legal names and locations and schools and everything into someone's live chat like this while threatening them? Well, because obviously Betty wants Toast to think that she or her friends are going to go after these kids, thinking that these kids are Toasts. These kids aren't Toasts. Now, I think this all should be given to the Popo personally. Definitely given to YouTube. And remember, you can click the 3 dots, Toastie, next to her channel doing this and report every one of these doxes and threats straight to YouTube. And I believe they will ban Betty if you do report them. I'm sure she did, but, you know, I'm always saying that and nothing ever happens, so who knows? Hold on. Okay, so back to what I was saying, though. Toastie is basically historialized this massive dox, massive harassment campaign, and of course, by doing this to these kids, wants the kids to be harassed. Whether she's going to do it herself or whether she's going to have her friends do it, that is the implication. You literally have no reason of sharing any of this into... Let's say you really do have Toastie. Why would you share this into her chat? Like, why? I mean, it makes literally no sense at all. It's out of the realm of reality here. And this is now Betty literally after this, maybe it happened before this, maybe it was after this. Later in Toast's video, we're going to go through some of this here in just a minute, but I want to give you a good background of this. Toastie laughs, and this is so funny. She clowns. Hey, Molly's Moose Knuckle has something to say for $5. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm glad to have you as a member. As we go through, basically, she shows that Betty makes a complete fool of herself at these meetings. Betty's always presenting it as if she's doing something good at these meetings, right? She gets up there and makes a complete fool of herself. But one thing that Burnt Toast does is play an actual adult going up and talking, someone who runs a veterans organization. And the people at the city council meeting clap for this person and thank them and are just so happy to have this person speaking at their meeting. And then if you listen, and we're going to what this person says and compare it not only to what Betty says, but to how people are acting in the background with this person and with Betty, and how the city council acted with this person and Betty. Oh my God, is it hilarious? It is hilarious. Betty says the dumbest stuff you've ever heard. She's actually so wrong when she gets up there. And I wouldn't have realized some of it. I'm so glad Toast did this, because if I would have reacted to this, me and Navy, we probably would have missed some of this. So it's hilarious. Now, that's not all, because after that, she has a video of Ashton Kutcher streaming. Okay, fine. It's cracking cases, but the dude looks like the true crime version of Ashton Kutcher. Okay, it's a joke. She's got Ashton Kutcher. Toastie found Ashton Kutcher streaming. It's cracking cases. And Betty decided that she was going to try and harass him. Now, this all matters. You got to hear me out. You're thinking, oh, Uni's just going to bitch about this. No, I'm actually laughing at them again tonight. The last 2 streams were a little difficult. I got pissed off. We're back to clowning and laughing on these fools, okay? Now, the other thing is, I'm going to show you something. I'm not just showing you this for no reason. I'm showing you this because I'm going to make a point, okay? Also, you know, I've already played it, and I do believe Toastie plays it, and we'll get into it in a little bit. You know that one of the things that Bullhorn Betty goes to the city council for is to try to tell them they need stricter laws for cyber stalking and cyber harassment, and Betty tries to claim that she is a victim of cyber stalking and cyber harassment. And you've heard this if you've watched my show in the last few months, but if you haven't, we're going to watch it tonight so you know. Now, here's the thing. This woman not only is doxing and stalking and threatening an innocent family, trying to intimidate Toast and failing because of how incompetent she is, even at looking up something, which should tell you she can't be a good true crimer or reporter, though she tries to present herself as a cyber stalking victim to her city council in the most Karen, can I speak to the manager format is humanly possible, then goes out and cyber stalks Ashton freaking Kutcher's true crime cracking cases live stream. Because we found out she will go to this man's stream because he criticizes her. And he doesn't do anything wrong when he criticizes her from everything I've heard. And subject to change, if I see anything he does wrong, I'll call it out. But anyway, from what I've seen and heard up to now, he has done nothing wrong, but he's actually just criticized her. And because she can't take criticism because she is a vicious, dangerous narcissist, she goes into his chat while he's talking. She'll try to join his stream and stay backstage and just intimidate this person. Literally, for just the point of cyber stalking and harassment any way she can to this poor person. She doxed Ashton freaking Kutcher. Of course, that's my nickname for this guy. She doxed True Crime Ashton Kutcher here. And that's not an insult and being funny. It's a joke, and it's not a bad joke. It's not a mean joke. He does look like Ashton Kutcher, okay? He does. And she doxed and harassed him and his family. She goes in and jumps on his stream and tries to act like she didn't dox and harass anybody. All right? Though, in the most ironic turn of events, she then admits to doxing and harassing on the internet, okay? Now, this is what's crazy. Not on the internet. She admits to, in real life, doxing and harassing a cyber stalking victim of hers. And it's mind-blowing. And I don't think she realized this because she was drunk. Though, not just that tonight, y'all, because we need to get into this water bottle scenario. There are people on the internet who believe that Olivia found Gabby Petito's water bottle. There are people that believe this. They think this is a true statement. They think this is true. Okay? Now, we're going to break it down finally tonight, but just as a news flash, she didn't find Gabby Petito's water bottle. They lied, and in my opinion, I think they went and got a water bottle that looked just like hers, put it out there, and pretended to find it. Because once you hear the details of this, I believe you'll agree with me, but we'll find out in just a little bit. Because we're starting here on 1/27 of 2023, broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. I'm your host, Unirock. Thank you for being here. Navy's in the studio. We're going to hear from him in just a minute. As always, I have been too angry in the last few streams to effectively share how you support my channel. I've barely done it, if at all, and I want to make sure I share it tonight because it would be an excellent thing if any of you chose to support us. It's paypal.me/Unirock, and if you want to use Cash App, it's #UniRachel. This is in the description, or you can ask the mods if you need help finding it. And we have ways, if you don't use those things, just to donate with a credit card at patreon.com/Unirock. So we have you covered. If you choose to do it, we've got you covered however you want. The most important way to support us is liking, subscribing to this channel, rockAlot, to Unirock2, and at Unirock TV on Twitter. So now that I've gotten all of that out of the way, oh my heavens, we're going to laugh our asses off at the cringe-inducing incompetence and cyber-stalking and hypocrisy of Molly, Justin, Betty, and Olivia. Oh, hold on. I don't think I told you. Though one of the bigger stories we have, and we're going to be ignoring the Bodycam video. Not talking about it tonight. I'm not going to let myself get pissed off again tonight. But I am going to talk to you about something that happened while Molly and Justin were live. They revealed, they messed up. You know how they went live with that body cam footage? LB also. And Justin and Molly tried to act like they had no clue that Dre had been cleared in a police report, even though the police report and the body cam footage are from the same incident and came together if you FOIA'd it. Also, we know that Nonsense, a channel that Molly recently was just in the live chat of, and that Justin and others watch, Nonsense had shown the pages that many people did after that share, and it was pretty big. So it was already crazy to think that Molly and Justin hadn't read the report and didn't know that Dre had been cleared. Hashtag justice for Dre. Though, after some people listened to their stream, they outed themselves. They had read the report before they did the body cam, and they lied together purposely to try to make it seem like they had no clue that the report existed. That I forgot to tell you, and now I didn't, tonight on Nights of Our live streams broadcasted Unirock Live. Had to take a call from one of the kids. It is Friday night, y'all. You know how it goes. All right, Navy, what is up, bro?
Bubba, no, man, ready to watch the cringe flow forth.
The cringe will cometh. So yeah, we're definitely going back to our normal format of laughing or being amazed at cringy and incredible clips from the internet, because that's the basis of our show. There's even, and I forget to tell you this all the time, there's even more of a reason for this show to exist, because when we look at one of these things that are going on, a lot of times, because we center in on very extreme or strange things, and we center in on internet scams, claims about internet scams, and fraud raisers and things, of course, we have two opposing sides. And what we always do, no matter what we're looking at, is give you both sides. Both sides of any story, we give you both sides. We tell you what both sides are claiming. We tell you what both sides are saying. We then go in and fact check what they're saying. We compare one side's evidence to and the claims to the truth. We compare the other side, and then we tell you our opinion. We break it down and tell you what we think. We ask what you think, and that's how we come to a conclusion. It's how we decide what's going on. And we always follow the facts. We always try to give credence to people that make a claim, even if it's extreme, though we do let them know we are realistic and we do bust people that are lying and scamming people. So, now that we've laid down the need for this show, or what it aims to do, and now we've laid down a little outline of what we're going to get into tonight, you guys know that why I outlined the show in the beginning. It's so you guys know what we're about to talk about, so you can choose whether you want to watch tonight or go find something else to watch on the internet. Or are you going to watch the replay, or do you want to watch something else? I want to earn your view or subscription through giving you a good show or an entertaining live stream or whatever it is, a good video. I'm not here to try to stack the deck in my favor. I know how it works. They don't. They stack the deck in their favor. They lie. They bullshit. They disrespect you and treat you like you're dumb or like you're kids in order to get your money and your clicks. And I know if you do that to an audience, they're only going to be around for a very, very, very short amount of time. I actually do the opposite. I'm a long form creator. I try to be here doing a good stream or a good show or a good upload when I do an upload or a show. Hopefully then getting you guys to come back and check on us because you maybe want to watch. So we're going to try to get you watching by having a good time with you. Let's get into it with this first. You know, okay, let's start here. We got to shout this channel out. NewsTubers Live. I just found this channel. My goodness. And I love the animation. I love the jokes that they put in. What I want to know. Oh shit, hold on. I asked them a question and let's see if they answered me. Oh, it was on Unirock too. Shit. I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Oh, come on. Where's my comment? Did YouTube hold it or something? I swear it was this video. I guess it could have been on a different video of theirs. Here, let's see. It might have been a different video. Oh, here it is. Please, Lord, will you tell me what animation engine you are using? Multiple different, please, very large attention to details and image community. Did you shout us out? Oops, must have missed it. Actually, I am shouting you out right now. And I believe I did. Anyways, here's your second one live. Okay, now, where are we at here? Is this the video that I actually wanted to show you? I think this one's better. Oh, this is the one I saw. Yeah, see that right there? You can barely see it. Oh, yeah. This is the one I saw. Okay, so right here. This is Molly.
Sorry. I had a...
Okay, so they've got the microphone spinning around constantly.
Milano cookie in my mouth. Who's Gina?
I love her nose. Do you notice her nose?
You know what I'm going to give up for lunch? I'm going to give up a bunch of things. I'm going to give up chocolate, tamales, and cursing. You think you like that? Chocolate, tamales, and cursing.
Oh my God. And then of course, Justin. And that was in the newest one. Okay. And then of course, Justin right here. Oh my God, bro. This is what I see when I look at Justin every time I see one of his videos. He's sitting there cowering, scared of Molly's next slap.
Thank you for watching, everyone. As you can clearly see, this is adult content on another level. As for Molly Golightly and Adrian, nothing's changed. She's still spewing her shit.
Agreed. NewsTubers Live. Check them out. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I think a lot of you are going to be entertained. I do think a lot of you are going to be entertained. I would play a little more of them right now, but we might do that here in a second because I think it's important for us to actually show you what Bullhorn Betty did. And we're going to present that by stealing a little bit of Toastie's stream. Toastie is a friend of our channel, at least I think she is. Actually, she is. And she does a great job when she streams. She's funny. She's got one of those great, funny, comedic personalities. So if you're not subbed, you're crazy. And it's Burnt Toast. Just that's right there, Burnt Toast. Easy to find. I want her to tell you what Betty did. Now, before we get going, this is not the first time Betty has done this to Toast. Navy, you've heard about this. It seems like it's a campaign for over a long period of time of Betty trying to dox and intimidate Toast, you know?
Oh, yeah. Several times. Mm-hmm.
And she really is just desperate for Toast's location and for information about her children or husband. We don't even know if Toast has kids, but, you know, desperate if she does have kids for information about it. Now, I'm sorry, but why is Betty trying to victimize these children? She has no rights to know where they live, no rights to share their school, no rights to target them. You know, I thought she went around trying to tell people about stories where people victimize others. I had no clue that she was literally this obsessive over minors, this nasty to minors. This is bad, Navy. Like, this kind of thing should end a YouTube creator's career instantly. I don't see how you come back. You do this stuff to adults, it'll end your career. It can, of course, if enough YouTubers find out about it and talk about it. But when you do it to kids, that's a different level there, man.
It's sick. And all it is over the fact that you're getting called out for your own BS. And Burnt Toast calls her out in a true professional style. It's amazing and funny. She just gets so mad over this. And she's one to, this is what I'm saying. We talked about this before, that they make these claims that we're out here for the kids. We're here to help the kids. And then as soon as someone, someone disagrees with them or contradicts them, they want to attack them and their children. So it's just
the kids.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let Toast explain this. We're going to actually listen to this one. We're going to really listen to this one, y'all, because with Betty deciding that she's going to go after children, I always try to tell you guys what you see from a creator is usually 5 to 10% of what they're doing, if not less. And it goes for creators that are trying to do good, entertain you, do good videos, because they're putting 98% more than what you're seeing, typically even more than that, 99 sometimes, into preparation, editing, scripting, going out and finding the story and getting it together, right? So that's when a creator's doing good. But when a creator is doxing and threatening and stalking and cyber stalking, you are still only seeing a very, very, very small percentage of them doing that. So behind the scenes, if Betty is this prolifically creepy, window peeping, kid stalking, minor threatening, creepy crazy, okay? I am just, scared to find out what she does behind the scenes. Now, I've got this picture of Betty in my head. I believe she wakes up thinking about people like Burnt Toast and other criticizers and their children and families. And I believe she rushes to her computer and her phone and she's sitting there digging for stuff on them every day, all day. Now, what's funny is you're going to hear her talk about how Betty says that she is the target of cyber stalkers and harassers and doxers, that she's the target. Now, real quick, that's not true. Right now, right up front. Now, I don't think you should be sharing her address. Though, Betty has done a video. And no, I'm not going to show it. Toast has it. Others have it. Betty has done a video. This is very important before we get into this, where she goes live because she's mad at somebody and screams her address, where she lives, the town, the state, everything. The city and state, the county, where she lives, the exact address, and she challenges people that are criticizing and laughing at her on the internet to go to her home and knock on her door and so she can come out and fight them. So when you do something like that, when you get so salty and so jelly and so upset like that you do that on your channel, you literally can't fucking whine and cry. Oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to say the F-bomb anymore, see? You can't frickin', effing or frickin'. You can't flippin' whine and cry when you have people that then share around a video of you doing that or talk about when you've done that, but that's Betty. Again, you're also going to find out how much of a pathological liar Bullhorn Betty is. I feel bad for any of her viewers that follow her thinking that she isn't a pathological lying stalker. And you're going to find out why right now, thanks to Burnt Toast. All I ask is that you go subscribe and go watch this stream because you will laugh your ass off.
Guys, I'm sure I sound better this time.
Forking. You know what? What the fork? I like forking. Forking is way better. I'm going to use it.
Yay, the medicine's working. Oh, I feel so much better.
You know, that might be why I wasn't getting too many notifications about Toastie. She might have been sick. I hope you are feeling better,
I'm
Toastie.
still coughing a little bit.
She was like
but
really sick, so it's
I
not him
feel 100 times better than I did last week.
Thank goodness.
You, Yammy Jackie. I appreciate it.
Okay, so Toastie spends a lot of time in the beginning talking to her audience. I'm going to be skipping that, but you can always go watch it all. It's pretty funny too. It's really cool. He's got a great community.
Towards you guys a little bit, but yeah. I believe it was April or May. I don't remember the exact date. And I do have it for you.
I just ironed this shirt. This is why I don't ever wear this shirt. It just can't not have wrinkles. It's just built into it.
I found it. I did have to edit it because she doxed like multiple people, including their employers.
Okay, here we go. Toastie goes right into it. This is Betty going in on her channel. She's so crazy. I hope Toastie remembered to click those 3 dots next to every dox and to report it to YouTube. There's a report option right there when you click those 3 dots. And I hope her channel gets knocked down for doxing, because she doxed minors. You can't target minors even in your content, and she's doxing them.
Okay, so let me explain this. So here she writes the person's name that she thinks that I am, and I'm
So she thinks that Toastie is this person, okay?
not. She's like, hi, and then the person's name, and then she tags me. And this is her, by the way. This is what she used to go by before she added the new avatar. And
I bet she added that new avatar once she realized that, oh God, I did that. Whenever she came down off of her neck choking angry fit, she probably said, oh no, I better go change my stuff. And if Toastie shows this, I'll say it's fake or something, because that's not my avatar. Too bad Toastie can check.
And the coffee emoji.
And also YouTube can check, Betty.
And the reason why her name comes up green is because I have a browser extension where I can click on someone's name and it takes me directly to their URL.
You know, those browser extensions, some of them are really awesome. I used to have one that would go through, like on Unirock TV, my main channel, I'd get so many comments I couldn't go through and read them. It was impossible. So I'd have a browser extension that would go through and tell me what the majority of people are recommending or saying, or what things popped up more than others. It would scan all the comments, give me data about the comments, right? And if you ever have your channel blow up real big, you have to do that if you want to pay attention to the comments. It's the only way.
Can you post the members link? Yes, I can. Let me grab that for you real quick. Let me get that link. Cool. Click on someone's name and it immediately takes me to their URL, so I can double check to make sure, is it actually their channel? Is it a sock account? It takes me directly to the account that's doing it.
So first things first, this is the Bullhorn Betty channel with subscribers. This is her. This is real. She did this. That's the first thing.
And it was her channel that she has right now. It's her main channel. And I said, are you the real BHB LOL? And then that's when I clicked on her name. I was like, oh my gosh, that is the real person.
Oh my goodness. She is out of her mind. Like, I say it all the time. I really think that Betty, do you remember that video of Molly that we played recently where Molly is saying, I dreamed that my YouTube channel got banned. And you know what, guys? I was happy. I was relieved. I think that's why they do this stuff. They don't care if they get banned. They almost want to be banned. It bothers them so much that they get criticized by people over their lies, over their narcissism, over their doxing, their obsession, their creepy behavior. It bothers them so much being narcissists that they would rather lose their channels than have what they have on YouTube. And that's a subconscious feeling. That's a feeling that they want to fight. They don't want to lose that money. They care more about that money than they care about that hit to their ego. Though the hit to their ego is so massive, they can't help it, right? They want, secretly down inside in their subconscious, they'd love to lose their channel and that money so that they don't have to deal with being criticized. It's really gross.
And she says, how you doing, babe? Your judge helped me find out who you are, which I don't even know what that means. It doesn't make sense. Like, what did she do? Go to like some random judge's house and was like, hey, there's this burnt piece of bread online that's cyberbullying me. Give me her information. Like, that's not how that works. And then of course I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. And she says, tell him thanks. I don't even know why she thinks that I would know a judge. Thank you, Kelsey. Welcome to Dumpster Fire. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I already said Sharon. Cool. You're doing something right when you have all these haters. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. Sometimes people are going to be upset with you for no reason. Sometimes people are upset with you because you're a POS.
Yeah, people are upset with you, Betty, because you are a bad person. And they criticize you on YouTube because one of two things has to happen. You either have to stop doing this stuff or be banned. You can't do your content alone, sitting there targeting people experiencing tragedies and monetizing it by lying about them and making stuff up and reporting misinformation and fake news. That itself can't be on the platform. It hurts all creators. It will affect. Eventually there will be a event that'll be so bad that it will cause a new adpocalypse. It'll cause advertisers to pull out. It'll cause YouTube to make rules that end up getting entire communities banned. So if you want to sit and say, you guys shouldn't be criticizing me, the evidence, if you've been using YouTube since the beginning like I have, you would know, actually, yes, people do need to criticize you. But that's not it, because you've gone so far beyond what your content is with your stalking, your lying, the pathological lying, the uploading what you say is audio of a murmur that ends up being completely fake, where we go out and can identify the original source in minutes, but you can't do it before making all this money off of it. And then once you know it's fake, you just keep making the money off of it. I could go on for an hour, but that's why people don't be, these people, I say to myself, oh yeah, they have to know that they're wrong and that they're pieces of shit. And I bet you to some extent that Betty and Molly and them do know that they're pieces of shit, and they try to tell themselves they don't care. But the reason they act like this and they stalk, if they didn't care, they would just do their content and they would just go about doing what they do. The reason they do all this stuff is because they do care and they can't reconcile it. It's like a battle inside them. And they tell themselves they don't want to do this and get banned or be in trouble, but they can't help themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You need to reevaluate
this reminds me of is
what
that,
it is that you're...
that Dizzy's actually part of a legal court filing.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that. Exactly.
There's a burnt piece of bread that's part of a legal court filing. It's hilarious. There
was a lawsuit where my thumbnails were added to the lawsuit, and they shouldn't have been. It was really stupid to do that. And in those thumbnails were my assistant, and it was hilarious.
Because with her, she has so many people reviewing her now. You would think that she would have an ounce of I don't know, self-reflection to be able to say, maybe it's me.
Toastie, I do kind of agree with you, right? But Janie is someone who watches us, been around for a long time. Janie actually sent in the projector, right? Very awesome viewer. And Janie knows a lot about the subject of narcissism. And that's part of their thinking. It's part of who they are. They can't self-reflect. They can't ever look at themselves and think they've done something wrong. And it's part of their pathological lying that becomes part of their personality. And they lie to themselves. Every time they've ever made a mistake in their lives, they put it on something else. Therefore, they never learn. They truly get locked into a mindset from when they were children or teenagers. Whenever it is they started that behavior, typically it's really young also, that's when they get locked into that mindset. And there will be 40 or 50 or 60-year-olds that act like 12-year-olds because they've never learned anything. And that would make sense because the same thing happens with these people in their reporting. They lie in their reporting. They end up putting out misinformation and all this stuff when they could have actually done good reporting and maybe gotten attention or something. And they can never learn how to report better or how to YouTube better. And it's all related to the fact that they can't learn anything.
But, that's lack of self-awareness is kind of a trait of a lolcow. So
definitely.
I did a smoochy face emoji. She was like, this is your official cease and desist. And then
So Betty thinks that by going, and some people will say that she's trolling. She ain't trolling when she's doxing all these people, okay? She ain't trolling when she's going in there and doxing these people. She's serious, number one. And she thinks she can give you a cease and desist through a live chat, okay? Through a live chat, it can be an official, legal cease and desist. That's how out of their mind crazy these people are. In a cease and desist, you have to communicate what the person has to cease and desist doing. You can't just say, hey, Toastie, I see you 300 feet away. What? Is that Bullhorn Betty? Yeah, this is your official cease and desist. And you just can't take off and run the other way. You have to communicate things to them. That's why you have your lawyer actually send a letter, but because you don't have a lawyer because you're too cheap and because you think you know everything, yeah, you're in here doxing kids in a live chat while talking about how it's official cease and desist. Only thing that needs to cease and desist is you. You need to cease and desist.
Named two minor children, and said, "I will get there. They will get theirs very soon."
Now listen to this. Now Toastie has an opinion about what this means. I'll go ahead and play it. I do disagree with Toastie, but you know I don't do that often. But I'm going to listen to Toastie.
Which I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, wait a second. Wait a second. That's really creepy. And you can't give.
Okay, it is really creepy. I agree. It's beyond really creepy. It's window peeping, creeptacular, okay? Bullhorn Betty is minor child window. Usually when I say someone's a window peeper, they are an adult obsessing and stalking, cyber stalking an adult. Nope, this is a couple minors.
If minor children cease and desists, and that doesn't make any sense.
Thank you. Maybe I do agree with her because maybe I heard her wrong earlier. See, Betty says this is your official cease and desist to Toastie. Toastie laughs at her. Then Betty says, "This is what does she say? Can you tell me how you?" Well, anyway, let me let Toastie say it again.
Was like, okay, wait a second. Soon. Two minor children and said, "I will get there. They will get theirs very soon."
Okay, so she names two minor kids and says, "We'll get theirs very soon." Got me? Two minor children. And when she says they will get theirs very soon, again, the context is that Bullhorn Betty thinks that these two minor children are her kids. Are Toastie's kids. So she's not saying that these two minor kids are going to get a cease and desist very soon. She's saying they're going to get theirs. You see what I'm saying? These kids, your two minor kids are going to get theirs, which is a slang term for they're going to get what they deserve. They're going to get a treatment from Bullhorn Betty due to the fact that Toastie criticized and hurt Bullhorn Betty's fifis. That's beyond Creep City, Navy. That's out there. This is out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're directly saying, you know, you're implying bad things for minors, and that is criminal. It's literally criminal.
I don't know. Okay, so the other thing is, like later on in this video, we're going to see Betty sitting on a podcast, sitting on a show with Ashton Kutcher of the true crime community, cracking cases. And Betty's going to be saying, "I've never doxed anybody. Prove where I've doxed somebody. Right here. This is doxing." Right? You can't get these names. You can't make these threats. You can't type these things if you didn't go in and dig on these people. Betty doesn't understand or won't admit because of her pathological lying what doxing is. Doxing can just be you threatening somebody based on their location. Doxing can be you implying or proving that you have special knowledge of their private data, being a location, being a first and last name, being whatever it will be, a phone number, a social, and that you're going to do something malicious. You either threaten somebody with the information, which is a dox, and it's a threat, or a doxing threat. You could, though, dig behind the scenes, you could dig trying to find Toast's information. So if I get off this stream and I'm mad at Toasts and I go dig for Toast's info, I am doxing her. Even if I don't find it, even if I don't share it, doxing is not determined by whether you share the information, and it's not determined by whether you look it up their information even. But you just said if you look up it's only determined by if you're doing it for malicious reasons. Maliciousness is the indicator on whether it is doxing. Because many people like myself, when I'm making a YouTube video on a locale or Cyrax or Chris Chan or DSP. I have to go and look up things about them. And yes, sometimes you're going to find things about them that are private or that you shouldn't be sharing or putting in a video. You're not doxing them by looking up their details for a good reason, as long as, number one, you will never use those things for a malicious reason, and number two, you treat that information safely and you don't end up sharing it in your video. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes there will be private information in a video clip that we have to put into a documentary. I've had this happen many times. In fact, Gabby Petito. This happened with Gabby. Gabby had a video that I needed to put in. It was a news broadcast where you could see her chest through a shirt. And immediately, the first thing I did was blur it and then go through and make sure that I animated my blur to cover her up every step of the way, right? And I'm not saying that that's an example of doxing. That's just an example of trying to make sure that you're respecting who you're talking about and you're doing things to make sure that you respect the people that you're covering. But if it was private information, like an address or a phone number or something, it's not doxing if I have it. It's not doxing if it's in my video. It's doxing when I don't redact it. It's doxing when I don't when I either, for negligent reasons, show it, or for malicious reasons I show it, okay? Both of those things, why is that? Because if Betty was smart, she would understand why. It's because you are making a choice in both of those situations. The first one, when you negligently show it, you have chosen not to be careful. You've chosen not to take an appropriate level of concern and action. And in the second scenario, you are choosing to be malicious. It's your choice. It's your fault, okay? And because you have to have a person with intent doing something malicious, there has to be intent there. It's very easy to see that there is literally no reason under the sun other than a malicious reason that you would ever go into a live chat and type this kind of private information about somebody. Therefore, Bullhorn Betty can never say that she doesn't dox or she hasn't doxed or that she's careful with info. And because of that too, I do think it invalidates her from being permitted or being appropriate for her to be traveling to meet people. Because when you meet somebody, if I meet somebody that's involved in a case and I'm going to record with them, interview them, discuss things with them or whatever, I'm going to have to respect their privacy massively with the footage I take, the information I share. Once you meet somebody in real life, you immediately have access to details about them that if you get angry and share is doxing. So make sure you understand, and I explained this very thoroughly because I just heard Betty try to lie about what doxing is and what it isn't, so that she could try to sit on a podcast and say that she didn't do it. And I just want to make sure that that's handled specifically. And I promise I will shut up. I won't talk as much. Well, I won't talk as long. I'm going to talk a lot, but I'm going to keep it short.
Which I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, wait a second. Wait a second.
Call the popo, Batman. Get the popo down there. Get her in jail. She don't need to be doing this to these kids.
That's really creepy. And you can't give minor children cease and desists. And that doesn't make any sense.
Because she's not talking about giving them a cease and desist. She's talking about giving them theirs. Those kids came out of you, Burnt Toast. I don't like you, Burnt Toast. Now they gonna get theirs, right?
Welcome, Brandy.
It's called a threat.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And
I said, LOL, are you... Yeah, I was like, why are you like bringing minor children into this? And I said, LOL, are you drinking again?
Okay, so great question. Why are you bringing minor children into an argument when I've watched Burnt Toast's content? Everything Burnt Toast has ever done or shown has been appropriate. Though there is a reason that Betty hates Burnt Toast more than other creators, and it's because Burnt Toast got sent Bullhorn Betty's criminal record. And I do believe she's one of the first creators that got up on screen and actually told people what her record was and read some of it to people. And I know other people had shared it or talked about it, but Burnt Toast did it in front of a bunch of people. She gets big live streams when she does lives. She gets good views. And I think that Betty's jealous of her views, jealous of her success. Now, Betty and Molly think people like Toast are making views because of them. They're making views because they're obsessed with them. And they're making their views off of them. Like the reason that people watch Burnt Toast is because of Betty, right? Or Molly. No, they watch Burnt Toast because she's hilarious and she's funny and she says the best responses to everything.
She says, and then she says the person's name again. Can you tell me how your employer, and then list.
So make sure you understand. She's trying to use Toast's, what she thinks is Toast's name. Can you tell me how your employer, and then she tries to name who she believes her employer is, will feel about your online conduct? Now, Betty, the only reason Bullhorn Betty gets to go around and threaten incorrectly other people's jobs is because Betty doesn't have one. Betty's job is exploiting tragedies and doing this stuff, stalking and doxing and lying and all that, which when you see her at the city council meeting, you're going to laugh your ass off after reading this.
The employer and the location will feel about your online conduct.
How is your boss going to feel about your online conduct? You know what her boss, if you really did dox Toastie and found her boss, I think would watch her videos and laugh at them. Her boss would watch these videos and be like, damn, you're good at this. And damn, that Betty person is a freaking psycho. What's she doing? Out there choking people and small animals? Yup, she is.
So more doxing. And I said, put it in your file.
More doxing.
You have on me. Haha.
So Burnt Toast is referencing a clip that I have already played. And it's a clip that shows Bullhorn Betty getting high on her own bodily gases, right? Sitting in her chair thinking, and she looks drunk, she might not be, but she's sitting there thinking that she's got one on the trolls, right? And she starts in the cringiest way. God, I wish Shuri, if you know where this video is, put it in general. If you don't know where it is, you don't have to. But if you do know where it is, throw it in general. I got to show everybody. Betty pulls up a binder, a high school 3-ring black binder. It's just got a bunch of blank pages in it, right? And she says, this is all of my information about those horrible trolls. Now, the thing is, later in that binder video, she admits who the horrible trolls are. And guess who they are, y'all? She admits that the trolls, these horrible trolls, are other YouTubers. Could you imagine sitting at home and you've probably stolen the binder from some kid outside your house who's going home from school because Betty ain't spending money on nothing. And you take this binder into your home and put a bunch of pages in it, and you're like, I'm gonna get those trolls. Oh, that one laughed at me twice. He's in page 12. Oh God, look at page 42. That person made fun of me.
Because at that point I was like, yikes.
That's a Karen, bro. That's a Karen. A 3-ring Karen approved binder right there.
I'm screenshotting this and...
You know what I'm saying, Tallulah? You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine Betty sitting there, filling this binder up, all angry and shaking and everything?
She's never going to let it, you know, no one's ever going to let this go.
Yeah.
And of course, there was already, I think there were like 500 people in the chat already. And they all...
There was already, this is before she even started. Before I start, I'll typically have like 50 or so people, right? Is what my studio will show me, typically. That's if I've scheduled a few hours ahead, right? Toastie, I don't know if she schedules far ahead or not. She'll have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in there. And this is something that blew up in Betty's face. I don't think Betty might have opened up the stream before a bunch of people came in and didn't see it. Or maybe Betty just didn't look. But there was hundreds, like over 500 people watched Betty do this. Over 500 people watched Betty do this. So Betty doesn't get to say she didn't do it. She doesn't get to say that it wasn't her, that she didn't get to do it, that you know, she didn't do it or something. Like, yeah, you did.
All saw, there's a whole bunch of people who saw it. And I have probably 20 more screenshots where people are going back and forth with her.
God, Toasty, I would love to see all those. Can you put them on your community tab? That'd be freaking hilarious.
And she just keeps dropping. She dropped probably, I think, like 4 or 5 other people's names.
She went on a doxing spree, Navy. She went on a doxing spree. Like, that's how mad she was.
You know, she sits and looks at that binder every night too, right? You know, she sits at night and just kind of like looks at that binder and saying, "Oh, it's binder time. It's binder time.
It's binder time." She opens the binder, right? She gets really drunk on wine, and she's sitting there and she gets real mad, and then she opens the binder and she's like cursing and yelling at this binder all night until she passes out in her own vomit.
Locations, schools.
Blah,
I hate
God
toast.
damn you.
I hate toast.
Oh, that Toasty. One of her family members, if there's even any that are around her anymore, yells like, "What? Why do you hate toast? Why do you hate toast, mom or girlfriend?" And she's like, "That's it. I'm choking the life out of you."
Like, it was creepy. It was very.
She's got a. If you didn't know, Betty has a choking problem.
Very creepy. So
that's Navy. I figured out why they call her Battery Betty. It's because of it's because of battery. You know, like when you batter somebody and they give you a charge for battery. She's got so many like battery charges, or like she's choked so many people half to death that they've given her the nickname Battery Betty. Nerd Angle says Betty's binder contains all of her death notes. Exactly. I love that anime, by the way. I have to rewatch it. If you haven't seen the Death Note movie, it's actually really good. I liked it, at least.
So.
I know there were some people that didn't like it. I thought it was good. Didn't it have William Dafoe? Didn't Dafoe play the Death Note guy? I think it was. The Green Goblin from Spider-Man. I loved William Dafoe, though. He's awesome. She's bound to her story. Oh, yeah, definitely. Kathy says, "See how you're going to join us in that black binder. Welcome to the pages," says Kathy. Oh, I know you're in there, Kathy. I think I'm already in there because I've already done a couple weeks of Bullhorn Betty content. And so I feel like I'm already in that binder. But you know what's even funnier? Just like my assistant Busy is in a lawsuit, you know Busy's in that binder too, right? And God only, she probably has like 4 pages dedicated to the motorboat salesman attorney at law story arc, you know? Thank you, Peggy. Peggy says it only takes one person 30 minutes to start a petition online. Hey, we're doing it right, though. We're doing it right. And like I said, if Nonsense's camp ends up not wanting to do it, I'll definitely do it, but I don't want to mess it up. It's a little too much responsibility for me because I've never done a petition. I don't want to mess it up. But like I said, if they end up not wanting to do it, I'll start it. So give us a couple days and we'll have one ready for you guys.
Yeah.
Cherie dropped the binder video at the bottom, General.
Oh my God, Cherie, you're awesome. Thank you. And remember, Cherie, if I ever ask you for anything, you don't have to find it. It's just that you're so fast and you're so good because you know where this stuff is. That's why I always ask you. Okay, so where is this binder? Where is this binder?
You know she has an entire section just dedicated to toast, right? It's got Busy, it's got burnt toast, and probably anybody else she wants to add in there. It's like a whole toast section.
You know how many burnt pieces of bread she has in her binder? It's incredible.
Single year. So those 2 days, I don't go anywhere. And this is no different. So I haven't gone anywhere. I was planning on, I had some things to do, but I had the roof estimates. They've already got the...
Jesus, this woman just looks mean, dude. She looks mean. Like, sometimes when I'm alone and I'm just thinking about my crazy online show that I do, I wonder how many people saw this right before they died. Like, how many human beings saw this as their last moment, like an angry Betty face? How many people has she choked out?
Lines in for the new cable. Yay! You're taking up too much time over here. Taking up too much time. I'm just joking.
She gets so like happy with how many people that watch her, right? And it's like, can you really be happy when the majority of people watching you are laughing at you? Or can you really be happy when you're the lookout? I mean, I get it. Chris Chan used to go live and he'd have a couple thousand people watching. I'd say like 99% of all of them were laughing at him, you know? I just don't think it'd be... I don't think you'd get that much of a reward if you know they're there because you're crazy or you're just an angry choker.
Totally different topics, though.
Feed off
Totally
of it,
different topics.
right? And she's one of them.
Exactly. They don't care how they get their attention. They're not the kind of people that keep their word. Their word means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Pathological liar. And they don't keep their word. They don't have a concern, right? And I know there's a lot of us out there that like to fuck around. We like to go around and, you know, just dunk on people and troll and stuff. But you guys are funny, okay? You guys are funny. I used to be like that on the old internet, you know? I've been using this damn thing since they invented it. So, you know, I know what it's like out there. But these people aren't like them. They're not like the Anons. They're not like people that go around trolling and being funny and silly and shit and have that sense of humor, that meme. These are people that don't get the memes. They don't get the jokes and they don't get reality. They don't get life.
If you guys don't know, before we get into
here we go,
kind of the segment of what we're talking about, if you guys don't know, there is a missing child out in Oklahoma.
You do not care about children because you dox them and you threaten them, and that's harassment. You tried to go real life. What's up?
Said your pause game is on point.
Oh, you know it. That's what I mean. My pause game is on point. Someone out there has seen that facial expression before losing consciousness. And I wonder how many there are. Is it just one? Is it 50? Are there hundreds? When will we know?
Okay. A missing 4-year-old
when will we know?
Little girl.
How many small kittens or cats have met their end looking at this? How many dogs thought that they were going to be given a treat, but then had their neck squeezed very hard? How many?
Her name's Athena. Beautiful little girl. Everybody is...
Those are the eyes of death.
so stuck on the Idaho 4. Now, mind you, I'm following this case.
Oh my God, you're so full of shit, dude. Like, where do they come up with this stuff? Where do they go in their minds and say, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to act like everybody's so stuck on Idaho that they're ignoring all of the children. We know that you don't ignore the children. You dox them.
Case, we're going to be talking about this case. We're going to...
Oh my God, Melody.
Bill, can you turn her volume down? My ears are bleeding.
Go over some
right? Actually, you're right. It is peaking out, so I do need to turn it down a little. But Melody, I know her voice is just...
It's like, no, nothing's going anywhere, okay? But there is a 4-year-old girl missing out in Oklahoma, folks.
Betty, you are... the only reason that you care about a 4-year-old girl missing in Oklahoma is if you can make money off of her tragedy. And the sad thing is the tragedies you make this money off of are incredibly bad. We're talking people that have who are gone. We're talking people whose entire families have been destroyed, and you go and you monetize it. Because when you're monetizing lies about it, you're monetizing the actual event, and you're disrespecting it. When you monetize misinformation, when you don't correct yourself, when you don't actually, if you had content you were doing, let me use Brian Inton as an example. Brian actually reports. So it doesn't matter who he's talking about. He does this same content, and it can be Gabby, it can be Idaho, it can be whatever, and Brian's doing his content. It's an actual thing. I hate to say it, as silly as we are here on this show, we're bringing you actual content. It doesn't matter if it's you. You're probably and I'm not even exaggerating, the 12,000th person we've mentioned on all of our shows going back all these years, okay? And we do the same show regardless of what's there. So it's content. You, on the other hand, use the actual tragedy and then misinform and lie about it so that people will click your video. Because with the lie, you're the only one sharing the lie. Everybody else is trying to share the truth. And because you're inventing a lie, you're the only one with that piece of the story, and it's how you get your clicks. You're using those poor people.
We need to start getting her name out. We need to start caretaker. So this is a major thing.
No, it's not a major thing. The only reason you think it's major is because you're seeing dollar signs.
Still the possibility. Summer's Army. I need you guys to help get this information out.
Nobody that has 2 brain cells to rub together in their head would help you.
And so I'm entertaining the fact that I may be going to.
All right, here we go. I skipped ahead. She's about to show you what Toastie was talking about, and I think it's important, so I'm glad I'm showing you this if you haven't seen it. This is her binder. This is how much of a blatant doxer this woman is. She feels that she is so hurt by other people's opinions online that she needs to stalk them and find out everything she can about them. And she's not even ashamed of admitting it.
I haven't committed to it, but in an abundance of caution. In an abundance of caution.
Oh, Toast really burnt her ass.
For all the haters out there.
All the haters. Remember, she's not talking about stalkers. She's not talking about people who violate her privacy or do something wrong to her, because she's concerned, if you ever listen to her talk, about rights. Now, she'll say, my rights. They violated my rights. When you find a human being who thinks that rights only matter for her, you found yourself a top-tier narcissist, and that's what she is. That's how you know she is. So she's going to show you what she... Now, we're going to let it... Instead of like, I think she's full of shit. I think this is a big fake-ass act. I think her body language, if you break down when she lies and how she lies, tells you that this binder is not real. This binder is for something other than what she's saying it's for, and she's trying to lie, but we aren't going to just assume that with her. You have to... Because of the nature of what she's talking about, you have to at least give the primary thought that she's telling the truth. So listen to this.
You can send my stuff to law enforcement. I can't too.
So what she's trying to say is that this is some kind of collection of haters' backgrounds. And I've looked out there on the internet for people that talk about Bullhorn Betty, who criticize her or laugh at her. There's really not that many people out there that do it. I don't understand. I really don't check my email too much, Cheesy. Now, Navy will give you an email. Navy, do you mind throwing Cheesy the email that we use to kind of get people to throw stuff into us? Do you care?
Just it.
Awesome. So Navy just shared an email, Cheesy, so you can get stuff in, okay? Hit me up. Back over here, though. She's trying to basically imply that this is her haters' record. And for one, she doesn't know who Toastie is. She does not know who Toastie is. I don't have a record. I don't know any of these other people out there that talk about her that she's correctly doxed. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe she actually is incorrectly doxed all these people and has all these records of all these innocent people out there, right? But the thing is, I don't believe her. And now she's trying to claim it's their record. I can send records to law enforcement too. So where are you going to send the records? To which law enforcement? Because the reason people send your record to law enforcement is because you travel to cities and you go there and you break the peace. You breach the peace. You attack people. You spit on people's vehicles and all this stuff. You act a fool. You lie to people and spread misinformation, and you monetize these people that are in tragedies and ingrain yourselves into stories, right? That's why they send it, because they want law enforcement to know this person who's going to be acting in the most insane way in your town actually chokes people half to death, actually batters people and beats people and has broken people's teeth, knocked their teeth loose, made them bleed everywhere, broken all this stuff inside their home, tries to go and break into people's back doors and rush onto people where she's been banned from properties. She's someone who doesn't follow the law. You don't understand logic, Betty. Unfortunately for you, all of us do. The reason that the people who send your record into these towns is because they're trying to show them she breaks the law. And when you go and see her acting a fool, and so here, let me give you an example in Idaho. In Idaho, she is acting like an insane person. I think she was blocking a vehicle. So the vehicle's driving by and he starts yelling at her and she spits on his vehicle. She tries to spit at him, but it goes on his vehicle. And he says, "That's assault. You just spit on me." And she says, "No, I didn't. I didn't spit on you." Now, there is a video, and it does look like she spit on him. Though, she is saying she didn't, just in case this guy calls the police. Because if this guy calls the police, and he can prove that she spit on him, or show that she spit on him, she'll go to jail for assault. Spitting on somebody is assault. I believe, is it simple? I don't even think it's simple assault, is it? I think it's above simple assault.
I want to say it's simple assault. It depends. I know that during the time it was raised up in a lot of places because of what was going on, but I'm pretty sure it's still simple assault.
I think in most places, because of the pandemic and stuff, it's above simple assault now. And she did it recently. But either way, here's the point. So this is why. Now, if the police go and they show up on the scene and this dude's like, "She just spit on me. There's the spit." And Betty says, "He's trying to frame me. I didn't spit." People want the police to know that you actively have a history of lying to the police and assaulting people, because you do. You have a history of assaulting people. It's why your nickname is Battery Betty. Okay, battery means you assault people. It means assault. And so there's an actual reason. There is you act like it's a dox. It's not a dox. I don't like that people send your records around in the general concept. Like, if people just do that because someone goes somewhere, I'd say it's harassment to an extent, depending on the circumstances. But if they're doing it because of you, I think that it's safety. This is a safety concern. You have proven through your record and through everything you do that you aren't capable of controlling yourself, and that you do lie, and you do lie about what you do to other people, and you try to get away with hurting other people all the time. And so people want to warn people about you so that they can be safe. If people see you in that town, if a police officer sees you, they might keep an eye on you. That way, when you spit or punch or choke, they can actually help the person you're doing this to. Remember those rights you always talk about? This is why, Betty. I honestly I'm not shocked that she doxed Burnt Toast. Tried to in Toast chat. I'm not shocked, because it's just so freaking like Betty to do this, right? To go in and try to dox children who she thinks are Toastie's children, to put their school and their location in the chat and tell Toastie these kids will get theirs very soon, right? I'm not too shocked. And I'm only not shocked because I've read her record. If it was anyone else, I would be shocked. But the only reason I'm not is because I've read her record. It is disgusting how she treats other people. It's disgusting. Go ahead.
I got another video for you after this. Dropped in the bomb. General Heels in the Air did one today where Betty goes after an alleged SA victim.
All right. Well, you know how I am. I'm always loving me some heels in the air. I'm loving me some heels in the air. So we'll jump on it. And do we need to see any more of this? Let me just play this one part and then we'll jump out. We've already broken this down before. Last time I broke it down calling out her tics, her lies. Pathological liars form lies, and they form lies in patterns. And if you know what to look for and you know how to identify them, you can actually start to you can start to call to the examples of when they're like the way Betty looks at someone and makes this certain face. And she will smile when she lies too. All the time, she will smile a certain way when she lies, and she'll laugh a certain way. And you can just go through and see these behaviors, play her lying, and you'll be able to tell she's lying because she's not good at it, and then show her doing these tics. And that's what I used this video for last time. Now, don't go out there and find any old YouTuber who tries to tell you they know how to break down body language or they know how to break down someone like this, because I'm not telling you it's a fact. I'm telling you it's my opinion. I'm telling you it's based on my experience reacting to tens upon tens of thousands of videos over almost an entire decade. Isn't it a decade? 10 years? Yeah, almost an entire decade of reacting to videos. I've been able to pick up on this stuff. You'll go out there. I remember reading through Molly's Patreon comments, or maybe it was her YouTube comments, and no, it was Patreon. And one of Molly's followers was trying to say that they know how to break down, it was under a video, and they were trying to say that they know how to break down somebody's behavior and somebody's, and what they were doing, they were breaking down Dre talking to the police, right? And they were trying to give, now listen to this shit. This is how incompetent her mods are. This is how incompetent Molly's mods are. So I kind of understand why these mods are mods for Molly. She was trying to apply the behaviors of an interrogation, of cops interrogating someone, to Dre giving a report to the police. That is how utterly incompetent these other moderators, these moderators for Molly are. And you will find a lot of these moderators that have YouTube channels. You'll find that a lot of people who have YouTube channels will just try to get up there and just say it. Well, I've heard some other YouTuber break this kind of thing down, so I'm going to. I'm not special. I'm not. But I do have almost 10 years of reacting to people like this that I can draw experience from. That's the only reason I can do it. It's the only reason I can say it. Speaking of which, I've been meaning to show you guys something for a long time, and that reminds me. A channel that I've shouted out only once before, oh, I spelled that wrong. Deception Detective. And he's got a really good video coming up that we're going to take a look at after the 29th, 2 days. He schedules his videos way ahead of time, okay? His video is what does a sincere apology look like? And I think this is going to be a good video to watch, because Deception Detective, he helps you pick up on his ability to do this, and he's trained. Listen to this.
This next section.
You heard about a channel that posted a pic of another channel's autistic kid in the nude that showed only his bare bottom this week? No. No? Did they get their video struck down? Because I hope so. I hope they got their channel deleted.
Is truly bizarre, but as you watch it, see if you can figure out what is happening. If you've watched my very first YouTube video.
Duper's Delight. Duper's Delight. Now, remember when I was just talking about how Bullhorn Betty smiles and laughs and giggles after she lies? Duper's Delight is an emotional boost or thrill that some people get when they successfully cheat or deceive another person or organization when they lie. The rush they enjoy can lead them to repeating their dishonesty, even when there is no reward other than that high, that feeling itself. And Betty absolutely tells on herself. She is horrible at poker. She does not have a poker face. So let me just play a little bit of her video, and I want you to look for her to get a dopamine rush, a literal lighting up of her reward, the reward function of her brain rewarding her. Most of us feel it if we eat, when we laugh, and when we have something good happen, or if we have sex or whatever. Some people can have dopamine light up in their brain when they take drugs or something. It's literally the part of your brain that rewards you for doing something that helps with your survival, okay? When someone becomes that, this mechanism is responsible for people becoming pathological liars to some degree. It is responsible for a part of it, because they do start, after lying and lying, to get this kind of rush from it. And once they do that, they want to feel that rush, and it's what leads to people becoming serial scammers like Molly and Betty and Justin and LB. And if you look at Molly, and if you look at Justin, and if you look at LB, I will give you my opinion. I think you'll be able to notice it in them too. But Betty is the most obvious. Watch for it.
I can too. So what I did is I went ahead and put this book together of all the haters, comments, everything.
Okay, so the next thing that she says is in her little binder, her doxing binder of obsession, her stalking binder, her creepy window peeping binder. Yeah, I like that. The next thing she says is in her creepy window peeping binder that she should have never admitted to having and using, just so happens to be YouTube comments. Good Lord. YouTube comments? They hurt you that bad? Did those YouTube comments hurt you, Betty? Did they hurt your feelings?
Pictures of them. Pictures of their channels, links to their channels. I give everything, anybody that has a criminal record, it's in there, mugshots and all. And that includes Angela that wants to do that.
I don't even know who Angela is. If you guys know who she's talking about, it's a window peeping stalker binder.
To me, whew, girl, look who's talking. Holy,
there it is. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? She feels elation. She feels joy. Now, I'm going to make a little bit of an observation. You notice she also feels it when she threatens somebody. She threatens somebody. She doxes somebody. And she attempts to get one over on someone else. You'll notice that she gets that delighted feeling there too. And it's right in front of you.
Crap. Look who's talking. Thank God I don't do what you do to me to you. But now the tables are...
Actually, you do worse. So no, you don't do anything that other people do to you because everybody criticizes you and laughs at you and comments on how just cringy you are. You, on the other hand, get obsessed and spend all of your time looking things up on them, saving every YouTube comment where someone hurts your feet-fees, and you get upset.
Finally turned. So I've been on the phone with Oklahoma. I called down the Surreal Police Department.
You Karen'd the department?
And had good conversations with them, explained, you know, what I'm doing.
You lie. We can't trust you. You lie every time you describe a phone call like this, and I'm going to prove it in a second, but go ahead.
Explain that, you know, depending on how this goes, I may exercise my First Amendment to the Constitution and protest.
You realize that you're not respecting the First Amendment of other people, right? Why do you think you get to have your rights respected when you take away the rights of others on such a regular basis, boo-boo? You got to go watch the rest of that video. I think it's on Heels, right? Is it Heels? Yeah, Heels in the Air. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Menace just uploaded. Oh, no. Oh, God. Navy, Menace just uploaded.
Oh, I know. It's at the Bomb in General. Yes, it is.
So, guys, make sure you subscribe to Menace's channel and go watch his video after my stream. Damn it. It's about the damn body cam footage. Here's the deal. If we start to get pissed, I have to close it. Cool? Because we're not supposed to talk about this too much tonight, so... Let's just take a look-see here. But if it starts to piss us off, we'll jump back to the other videos, and then we'll come back to this one. You know what I'm saying? Because I get pissed over this topic. Oh, hell no. Oh, it's going to be big, because there's no music.
Keep waiting for him.
Oh, shit, it's not showing? Yeah. And I'll go ahead and read this to the peeps. The following video will address some of Molly Golightly and Justin Farrell's commentary on the body cam footage they and LB recently shared. Although I won't be showing much of the body cam footage here due to the highly sensitive nature of the subject, I will issue a trigger warning. At this time, the purpose of this video is to call out and criticize the behavior of Molly and Justin, behavior which, in my opinion, is appalling and uncalled for. Nonsense released the police investigation that was done into DRE MCCRAY. Please go to Nonsense's channel and see the video of the law enforcement report. During the investigation concluded that DRE was cleared of any wrongdoing pertaining to the Marvon tragedy, as well The plethora of false reports pertaining to her parenting and other alleged crimes that were made in a direct result of the hate and disparagement campaign against Dre that was spearheaded by Molly, Justin, LB, and others. This infuriated Molly. And seeing how upset the situation made nonsense during her stream, Molly released the body cam footage of the EMS response as well as the 911 call in order to hurt nonsense as a response to her proving Dre was cleared. You see, Dre being cleared rendered all of Molly, Justin, and LB's allegations lies. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. That Dre being cleared undid months and months and months of Justin, LB, and Molly's lies. It's a huge hit against them. And I do think that's why Molly hadn't streamed in a couple days when I looked at her channel earlier. Back to it. Molly doesn't like being busted lying, though, so she made sure to make her commentary as disgusting as possible in order to inflict the most painful emotional response she could onto nonsense and those who have supported the truth this entire time. Buckle in, grab a barf bucket, hooves on the ground or about to blow your mind. This is Menace to Sobriety. My mods, please share the link to his video, and I am requesting everybody watching live and the replay to please subscribe to Menace because he puts massive work into these.
Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful persons and citizens of the great United States of the United There we have a woman who's smart, witty, and boasts a standard of moral fortitude like no other. A woman who has supported me throughout my many successes. A woman with a huge brain and an even huger fupa. Without further ado, Molly Golightly.
Oh, God.
God damn it, man.
Oh, my God, it's the Fupa song.
And I invited Justin up here because he was on this journey with me. And it was very important to me that he see this to the end with me.
I mean, it's, you know.
So just so you guys know, new information has come to light that Justin and Molly and LB had the report that cleared Dre's name. More than the fact that nonsense put it out. There were several things they said while Justin and Molly were live. Things that were only in the police report and were not in the body cam footage or anywhere else. And it turns out that Molly and Justin referenced multiple things from the report while they did their body cam footage, thus exposing that they went beyond to lie, to withhold the fact that Dre was cleared. Make sure they didn't tell their audience. It's why they were banning. We wondered why they were banning people in the live chat who were coming into their stream to tell them that Dre was cleared. And now we know, because they had talked before the stream and decided as a group that they were going to hide from their audience that Dre had been cleared so that their audience wouldn't know that they'd been lying the whole time. That's a new level of exposed for them. I'm serial, y'all. Wait till you start seeing this stuff come up. There's a lot that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. Thanks, rockAlot, and the channel for exposing these pseudo-celebrity creators like MGL who somehow think they have paparazzi following them, lol. Oh, I know, right? They really do think that they're celebrities. Just keep your eyes open, guys, because this ending of the DRE MCCRAY harassment campaign by Molly, Justin, and LB and Letitia, there's still some fireworks coming. And it's going to make these people look worse. I don't know, like you're going to say, how's that possible? They're going to look worse than they've ever looked. And instead of just dropping it all in one little thing, or instead of going out and just peppering you with it, it's going to be coming out in huge ways in the next few weeks.
He's became close to, you know, he's felt like a family member to us. I mean, we have photos of him in our home.
Yeah, Justin, you are a... it makes sense why Justin hangs out with Bullhorn Betty now. Because when he finds out somebody has a complete stranger who he never has talked about ever, when he hears someone say, he tried to end his life, Justin goes, prints out pictures, and hangs them up on his wall. I don't know if Justin just isn't showing us his strange satanic shrine room or what, but...
Literally in our home.
Oh, no, we believe you, Justin. We don't think you're lying. We believe you.
My
believe you.
sentiment to Marvon McCray, I am so sorry that this little demon hunted and found you.
Oh, I know. We all are too. We're so sorry Justin found Marvon. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You're talking about LB, right? Yeah. We're so sorry that LB. Are you talking about yourself? Well, you're definitely talking about one of you. 3. Letitia. You could be talking about the Letitia demon. You're either talking about the Molly demon, Justin demon, LB demon, or the Letitia demon.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, we are. We're very sorry too.
What has happened and become of your life.
Definitely. Definitely. With these people making all this money off of Marvon's horrible tragedy, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have those pictures hanging in that satanic shrine room so they could sign a deal with the devil.
He got a raw fucking deal at life, Justin. He really fucking did.
Yep, with you 4 covering him, you're right. Letitia, his mother, just sitting by you guys while you do this. Yeah, he had a really raw deal. I could never fathom someone's mother watching you guys do this to him and his family. But she is just as evil as you guys, so I guess it explains it. Yeah. Only time I've ever agreed with you, Molly.
You know...
Who fucking deserves to be treated like that?
You guys? You 4? I mean, I don't even think that anyone should be, so I won't even say that you 4 deserve it.
Who? Nobody. Texting away with the nails.
Nobody.
She's got blush on, ears.
Oh, I know. I'm so glad she was texting, Molly. I am so glad I'm glad Dre was texting too, because she was texting her children in the house. So, yeah, we're all glad. Everybody out there is glad that Dre was texting. Son of a bitch. I need to open a new tab. All of us are just so glad that Dre was sitting there texting and stuff with her nails. Because, yeah, she was absolutely checking on her kids, making sure that they were okay. She was calming them down. But she's a good mother. Only a good mother would be thinking about her kids while she was going through that horrible situation. And Running Bear, Molly is extremely jealous of Dre. She wants to be Dre. She wants to have Dre's life. She wants it.
Rings and she just woke up? Gotcha.
Blush in here.
Sunshine says, who deserves to have their unaliving attempt blasted all over social media? Nobody. The only reason anybody would do it is if it was part of a crime. And they would say that there's something in this video that pertains to the YouTube creator. Most YouTube creators would just show you a clip or two that they needed from the footage if they ever had to show it at all. And they would go in and make sure that they blurred the family, including Dre, and made sure that they protected the privacy of the family. Unfortunately, Justin, LB, and Molly don't feel that way. They think that they should get the video and not only play it, but bash the family the whole time.
Earrings must be guilty.
Where's the rope?
It's on the floor. It's skinny, very skinny.
I wanted to see it. I didn't see it.
We know you want to see it, Justin. We know.
You're so sick, bro. You're so sick. All the crap you want to see is gross.
We know, Justin. We know that, you know, you want to see it. We know that you want to see it. We know that you want to put it as the wallpaper on your phone. And we know that you want to take a picture of the rope and put it next to the picture. We know, man. We get how the little, you know, satanic little altars that you build in your house, we know how they work. You got to have pictures of that rope in order to summon 3 of the demons you're summoning. Yeah, get it. We get it.
What is wrong with you?
Heidi B, Molly, you're ignoring the report. You need to show that Dre was cleared.
Oh, Molly's going to yell and scream really loud right here. Now, Molly, you owe Heidi B, and I think I didn't know it was Heidi B. That is one of the peeps. That's one of the squad fam. You need to apologize because you yelled and screamed at Heidi B for literally typing the truth into your chat. You're the one who's constantly saying you're about the truth.
It doesn't matter if she was cleared or not. We're showing this. We're showing this.
What does it matter?
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter if Dre did nothing wrong and is a victim. Yeah, we can treat her like she's the bad guy, the murderer, you know. Anyway, because, hey, we don't care about the truth. This channel, Molly and Justin and Betty and LB, that's their brand. You know, attacking victims. At least they're finally admitting it, for God's sake. Why does it matter if someone's completely innocent if we're going to sit up here and act like they're the bad guy?
Are you kidding?
Now, I wondered, remember when I first saw her, I'm glad Menace uploaded this. And guys, I promise if I start getting mad, I'm going to shut it down. But when I first reacted to this specific clip, do you remember what I said? I said, you know, why isn't Molly saying, how is Dre been cleared? When was Dre cleared? Because Molly and Justin tried to lie and act like they didn't read the report. That report obviously cleared Dre and went further, if you read the whole thing, to show that they have been wrong about Dre the entire time. So it's hard evidence that they have been wrong about Dre. Molly didn't say where, how did she get cleared? Listen to what she says.
Me? First off, listen, I don't care what anybody has to say about this one being cleared.
It's weird too, when they get really upset, both of them eat. Because Justin's just orphaning it down right now, isn't he?
This not one being charged. We want to see the truth, okay? You might not have spent endless hours and endless time and given the family all this money. Yeah. And we invested.
No, you didn't. You didn't give the family any money. You gave them zero because the family is Dre, the kids, and Marvon. Letitia isn't part of that family, and you know that.
A lot of our energy and a lot of our time into this case. If you don't like it, get the hell out.
Yeah, especially from a cop like.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that if people don't like what you've done, that you should get off of YouTube. You should get out, Molly. Agree.
Here's the evidence.
Get out! I don't need to hear that fucking shit!
You don't need to hear that Dre's innocent. I think there's a really good reason why you got angry at this being brought up. I think there's a really good reason. I think it got you angry at Justin for reading this out. Because before this, Molly had been deleting everyone in the chat who said it. Most of you know this, right? Just in case you didn't know. She'd been deleting people that came into the chat and said, Dre's been cleared. You're lying because you're not telling people that she's been cleared. You're acting like she hasn't been cleared. And Molly would ban everyone who said that. And then when Molly wasn't paying attention, Justin read somebody saying that. And then it really threw Molly into an angry fit, obviously, because she didn't want that being said on the show. She doesn't want that. If you know, Molly's very angry right here because she knows that if her audience, if the people watching her hear that Dre's been cleared, then they're going to go search for it. And if they search that, that's the title of our videos. Nonsense, myself, many other people, those videos pop up when you search for DRE MCCRAY and then do a 1-day search or DRE MCCRAY cleared or whatever, our videos will come up. So Molly was just thrown into an angry fit on so many levels because this was said in front of her audience. And I bet after this, I bet she got mad at Justin. I bet she really did get mad at Justin.
What, you think we fucking do this? Because we really don't give a flying fuck? Of course.
Oh no, we know that. We don't think that. We know that.
Of course we do. Don't you think we want closure too?
No. If you close anything, you can't keep making money on it. It's why you haven't closed any of the stuff you've ever reported on. You don't close anything. Closing something is looking for the end. It's looking for the solution. It's looking for the final piece of a puzzle or coming to an end to something. Yeah, you don't do that because then you can't keep making money off a subject. You drag them out. You drag it out as long as you can.
Don't you think we want to know the fucking truth?
No, because you read the report, but then you banned anybody that came in and corrected you until this moment. So, no, you didn't want to know the truth because you banned the truth from your chat. No.
Oh, yeah, they cleared her. Says who? Says Yuma Police. Says something that's going around the fucking internet.
Remember, this is the first time you heard Molly. Now, I do have to tell you guys this. This is really, if you look at the end of last night's stream, it was a long stream, but the end of it, my stream last night, if you take a look at it, you'll see that me and Navy were watching this video by Justin. And the very beginning of the video, Justin gets a phone call, but he holds the phone really close to his microphone so we could barely hear Molly's voice, but we couldn't tell what she was saying. So last night, at the end of the stream, I went in and took this video and put it into my audio software and used a bunch of audio filters to remove noise, to boost dynamics, to boost the mids, to take away the bass and the highs, and to just give us the most clear and loud audio of what Molly was saying to Justin. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually show it to you. I think you need to see this. Let me open this and show it really quick because I saved it and it has the whole thing. Like, it'll only take 2 seconds, I promise. But you got to see you have to see this because this is right after the video that Menace is pulling from. Something interesting happened. Give me 2 seconds. I'm almost there. Got it. Let me just open it here. It is opening. It's almost done. It just takes a second to load it all. Right, here we are. So, we went in and boosted the audio. Why don't I just go ahead and play it for you guys, okay? Audio, let me make sure it's not too loud.
I'm live.
Okay, that's really loud. Let me turn it down.
Which one? DRE MCCRAY.
What are you live about?
What are you live about? So Molly calls in and Justin says, "Hey Molly, I'm live." And she goes, "About what?" DRE MCCRAY. "What are you live about?" Justin says,
She has been cleared of the investigation.
So she was investigated a lot and been cleared. Molly says, All right. Molly doesn't say, oh my God, I'm so happy for DRE. Oh my gosh, really? Oh, wow. I'm so glad she didn't do anything to Marvon. Oh my, I'm so glad she didn't hurt the kids. He goes, all right. Listen to this though. It's gonna blow your mind. Now remember, what we just saw on Menace's channel is her trying, after she has this massive breakdown, out of nowhere she says, "That report's fake." Listen to this. Oh man, Molly's mad as hell right now. Listen to this.
If you want to come up, you're welcome to.
So he says, if you want to come up, you're welcome to. Molly says, "Hey, one thing." Olivia sent me all these text messages. Now, unfortunately, we don't know what she says right here. Justin bumped his microphone. It caused too much noise from the microphone that drowned out what she was saying. It's not there. We think she's saying, Olivia sent me all these text messages to try to apologize to me or to get along with me or something.
I need to talk to you about that. Just relax for a second.
So Justin really needs to talk to her about Olivia. I wonder if Olivia knows this. But it's so sensitive, he can't bring it up on stream. Gee, wonder if they're going to sit and shit talk Olivia. Olivia already knows this. She doesn't care. She's just using them for money anyway.
Okay. This way. Okay. All right, bye.
Now, Justin hangs up with Molly. But after he talks for a little bit, something happens. Let me go ahead and mute my music here real quick. So after he talks for, about a minute, about 55 seconds, something happens. Take a look.
Which, hold on.
Yeah. He gets another phone call. And guess who it is? Oh, Molly. And yeah, we have everything she said. Take a listen.
Yes.
Where exactly did you see this information?
Molly called Justin back 55 seconds later. The first thing out of her mouth, where did you see this information? She was stewing for that entire minute, angry that he said Dre had been cleared. Molly tried to tell him it was fake. They got off the phone and Molly's like, oh, hell no. I'm going to call Justin back and I'm going to tell him that Dre didn't get cleared. It's fake. She was lying. She just out of nowhere, in order to protect her grift, in order to protect her butt, started lying to Justin. If I were Justin, I probably wouldn't talk to Molly, hang out with Molly, or be around Molly anymore. Because she's just willing to lie to him and lead him into the lion's mouth like this, the misinformation storm like this. Does it mean that Justin's less involved or less at blame? No. Listen. So she says, where did you exactly see the information?
Where exactly did you see this information?
Now, you couldn't really hear this before. You wouldn't have been able to know she said this unless you boosted the audio. Now listen.
Because that thing that's floating around?
No.
She says, that thing that's floating around. So she has been calling people that she knows that have been, reporting with her and around with her, and just directly making it up and lying to them and saying that the report nonsense showed is fake. But she gets the worst information ever from Justin after she tries to tell him it's fake.
No, it's...
She says, it's not official. Justin interrupts her.
We called.
So Justin says, we called. Immediately, Molly is knocked sideways. Huh?
It's official from the Yuma police?
It's official from the Yuma police? You can hear the worry in her voice, the scaredness in her voice. You can tell she's like panicking out.
We called.
Justin's trying to tell her, yeah, we called the Yuma police. It's a real report. It's not fake. Nonsense and unirock, and everyone wasn't lying. Dre has been cleared. We were wrong about Dre the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you did call?
Yeah. Okay.
Now Molly's like, oh, you did. You called. So I can't lie to you and just make up that it's fake? Oh, okay.
All right. You can come up.
Now this is the biggest thing. This is big. Now, if you could imagine that Justin would have said, yes, it's fake, Molly, she would have jumped on that panel in a millisecond. She would have, like I said last night, she would have jumped on the panel so fast, it would have knocked Justin off the panel. He would have flew off the screen, and Molly would have flew on the screen like the Roadrunner. You know what I'm saying? But because Justin found out that it was real and not fake. Because he found out Dre was cleared, that she didn't do any of the stuff she's been accused of, slandered on, lied on. Just everything is completely invented. Does Molly come on and apologize to Dre, apologize to Justin's audience, apologize to everybody? Does she get on and just say how thankful she is that Marvon wasn't, I'm not going to say it, that he wasn't done this by his wife? Does she get up there? No, she instead gets angry. And I want you to hear the tone of her voice, and I'm going to turn this up so that you can hear the tone of her voice telling him no, because I think it says volumes. She won't come up. I'm gonna play this a few times. Here we go. She won't come on.
Come up.
Come up. Now listen to this.
I don't want to come up. No. No. No.
I don't want to come up. No. No. No.
I don't want to come up. No. 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 I don't want to come up. No. 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 I don't want to come up. No. No. No.
All right. Bye-bye.
So he just immediately hangs up on her because she says no, no, no. So I just want to ask you guys something before we go back to watching Menace's video here. Okay. Excuse me. Take my medicine in the evening. Okay. Before we go back to Menace's video, all I want you to think about is one thing. Okay? Is that the reaction of a person who has been trying to get the truth, trying to tell the truth to YouTube? Is that the reaction of a person who was fooled into thinking this stuff about Dre and then realized, oh shit, I was fooled. Somebody fooled me. Letitia fooled me. Or is that the reaction of a person who was lying with Letitia? Okay. Now they had that report and they read the report, but they were just making up that it was fake. So Molly's reading it, Justin's reading it before they do their little reaction stream with the body cam. Justin, though, after he got done with Molly on that stream, said, he's going to call and check to see if this is real or not. And to give him 0.0000001 smidgens of credit, the smallest amount of credit I could give anybody, a microscopic amount of credit, he entitled a stream, DRE MCCRAY cleared in Marvon McCray investigation, and went live and actually let the internet know. Right? Now, he was still a dick to Dre. He still acted like a little asshole. But let's leave him out of it for a second. I'll be nice to Justin because he actually did this video. I'll leave him out of it. Did Molly act like she had been telling the truth about Dre on her channel this whole time and just had been given misinformation or led astray? Or was that the reaction of a person who had actively plotted with Letitia against Dre to lie on her and get busted? Because it's only one way or the other at this point. If this would have been a minor story that only went on for a small amount of time, I could see, like, they covered Dre for 2 days. They were really mean to her for those 2 days. Months later, the report comes out. All right, but because this has gone on for so long, because they monetized it so heavy, they made so much money off of it, they attacked her so much, they lied about her family and her kids and her husband so much. There's only two options. Either that was the reaction of someone that got fooled into going at Dre, or that's the reaction of somebody who was helping Letitia spread these lies so they could make the money. And anyone with a brain who heard that conversation knows that if she would have been lied to, or Letitia would have talked her into this, or if she would have been fooled, she would be angry. She would have jumped up on Justin's stream and flipped out on Letitia. What is it going to take for her to realize that Letitia is not Marvon's mom? What is it going to take for her to realize that Letitia has used Marvon and Dre for money and actively plotted against Dre ever since Dre came into his life, regardless of what Marvon wanted? How long is it going to take Molly to become a human being and go listen to what Marvon said over and over and over and over about Letitia and about Dre? When is she going to respect Marvon enough, get up on her stream and correct her lies about Marvon's wife, whether she likes her or not? Well, I think if she never would have made a dime off Dre, maybe she would get up there and tell the truth. Then again, if she would have never made a dime off Dre, she would have never done this in the first place. What this does, give us such a massive amount of information about how these lie crime community channels work. They call each other. They lie to each other. They put on the act. They play dumb. They immediately, in the very beginning of any situation, choose a result where they make the most money, serve up the best mystery, right? They choose it in the beginning because they know what's going to make money and what's not, and they run with it. They then will just immediately, like we just saw Molly do, say anything they have to. Even when they first get information, when someone comes in and says, oh my God, we've got a police report about Dre. Oh, let me read it. No. Nope, it's fake. Because they know that it's the reason that they treated the report like this the whole time is because, number one, they already knew that Dre was going to be cleared. They already knew this was going to happen. Now let's get back to laughing at these fools. Menace's video only has a couple minutes left. Let's get through it.
Same shit as last time. Remember that
Son
link?
of a bitch.
Marvon's dead, and we found out that was garbage.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the police investigation is equivalent to a website that was put up by a person who thought you were telling the truth. Your own information somehow is equivalent. Your misinformation getting put up on a website is somehow equivalent to several police investigations. It's not.
Somebody put
You
it out
want
there
to know
that-
something? I don't believe shit. This I believe.
Yeah,
you don't
somebody
like
put
it.
with
You
our
don't
eyes.
feel comfortable. You say someone in here before the.
No. We believe the body cam footage too. We just know that you lied about it. We believe that Dre was genuine, distraught, destroyed, trying to text and keep her kids calm throughout the whole thing. She was a great mother throughout it, a great wife throughout it. She did everything she could. Yeah, we believe the body cam footage. We just know that you and Justin and LB lied about it.
Oh, this is bad. This is private. No, it's not.
This is the thing. We show.
No. It's that it's against terms of service. YouTube terms of service. You just can't take someone passing and their family's reaction to it and then lie about it and monetize it on YouTube. If you would read the terms of service, you'd know this. Now, how about we don't even look at the terms of service? Why don't you just look at your partnership agreement with YouTube? Because you had to sign this giant partnership agreement. You were supposed to read it before you signed it. And it's the thing that allows you to monetize your videos. It allows you to have memberships and super chats and super thanks and all that stuff. And you violated so many parts of the partnership agreement. That's just neither here nor there. I mean, if you're going to violate TOS, you're definitely... anything you do that can violate TOS has already violated the partnership agreement. But anyway.
An article and they're like, oh, you shouldn't have showed that article.
No. We think you shouldn't have lied on stream so that the article was created and then pretended as if the article wasn't made because of your lies. You see, you're not properly repeating our arguments, but that's fine. None of you ever do properly repeat our arguments. It's why you constantly lose to us every day. But go ahead, please.
Then get fuck out.
Shit, if we didn't show
We're waiting on you. We're waiting on you to get off YouTube. We're waiting on you to get out of YouTube.
the article, then they're like, well, look at this article. You can't win.
Who does that to you? I didn't bring you the article and tell you to look at it. I immediately went live with the article and told people that it was fake. And then I showed people the proof of that it came from you guys. But, you know, oh well. I guess because a random person on the internet brought you the article, you got to show it, right, Justin?
But this is called a FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act.
And guess what? They redacted it. You can't see anything that's written down. You can't see any officers. You can't see any of that stuff. That is.
What are you talking about? The officers' names, all of it was listed on that report. You're talking about did you get some different report than we got? Because it's on ours.
What protects them. Okay?
All right, keep going.
We should be lucky that we're even getting to see this. Because we've waited.
You should feel lucky that you even get to see the tragic result of a man suffering a catastrophic mental health crisis. What is wrong with you, Molly? Yeah, her and Justin love watching this stuff. Like, I really do think they watch this stuff on repeat at night, these kind of videos.
Waited a long time for this. So if you feel uncomfortable or you think this is unfair to her, see your way out the fucking door.
No, we're not even thinking about Dre. We think it's unfair to Marvon and his children. You can leave Dre out of it. We've been leaving Dre out of a lot of it the whole time. It's absolutely disrespectful to the children, and it's absolutely disrespectful to Marvon. If you want to consider Dre, yeah, it's very disrespectful to Dre. I would go as far as to say it's evil to Marvon and his kids. And massively evil to Dre because she was the one in the focal point of the whole thing. But let's leave Dre out of it since she triggers you. Your jealousy of Dre triggers you so bad. We'll just talk about Marvon. Yeah, you disrespected Marvon. So did Justin and LB. Very much. Very much. Because would you not feel violated if Walter, what is his name, Adrian or Walter, her husband, had some kind of...
Adrian's his middle name.
No, I was just making sure that... But yeah, so if your husband had something very tragic happen to him and he's in this horribly vulnerable state, and you're not in the video, Molly, let's not put you in the video. Let's take you out. Because we do know that, yeah, Dre was in the video, but Marvon and the children were too. So if something happened to Walter and your son was the one reacting like Dre was, you're telling the entire internet that it would be perfectly okay for all of us to go grab the footage and watch it on our channels and you wouldn't feel violated? Well, I have to ask my live chat. So let's get a poll going. I want to know because I think she's lying. If the situation was reversed and it was Molly's hub instead of Marvon and Molly Kid instead of Dre, E-R-E, would... Okay, so I can't type a lot, but I'm going to put, if the situation was reversed and it was Molly's hub equals, I'm going to have to use an equal sign. Molly's hub equals Marvon. And Molly's kid equals Dre. God forbid. Would Molly, and then I'm going to put, be okay with all of us playing it, be super mad that we did, or would she play it herself? Money sign, money sign, money sign, money sign, money sign. Those are your options. Let me know.
Unsubscribe. Go take a bottle of water and shove it. You hear me? I don't want to hear it.
Go take a bottle of water and shove it? Where do you want them to shove this bottle of water? Where? Why are they shoving a bottle of water somewhere? Have you been shoving bottles of water somewhere? Is that why you said? Have you been shoving bottles of water? Hey, Merc, what's up, buddy? You too, dude.
Everyone keeps catering.
Jessica says she wouldn't care. She'd use it for money. That's why I put that option in there. Would Molly herself take a video of Walter and instead of Dre, her son reacting, same situation replaced with those two, what would she do? Would she get mad that other creators are watching the video and yelling about how her son's reacting? Would she be okay with everybody reacting and just talking about how bad her son was at reacting to it and how her son should have done all these different things? Or would she have went ahead and ran to her channel, played it herself, and criticized what her son did? Let me know in the vote.
To these fucking assholes.
Hold on. So if you tell the truth, then you're an effing a-hole. Heidi was right.
I'm not doing it. I want to see what happened that morning.
You want to watch Ray. Oh, I don't think you should have admitted that. I don't want to see it. I don't think we're going to gain anything from watching it. What are we going to gain from watching it? If the Popo are going to watch it and they're going to tell us whether there was something wrong that happened or not, then I don't need to watch it. I don't need to see it. Because I'd rather respect Marvon and the family. You wouldn't rather respect Marvon than put him up here like this? Do you not see that you did this to... You don't see that you did this to Marvon? That hasn't crossed your mind yet? You're so clouded by Dre that you and Justin and LB, Navy, do they not realize that they did this to Marvon? Is that what's going on here?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, what we've seen is that they love to put blinders on, right, and attack a single person, i.e. Dre. And they don't care as long as they get a chance to attack her. And if that means being dastardly enough to pull this stuff, even though it's hurting Vaughn, it's hurting the kids and everybody else, they don't care. They don't care.
So you do agree that they massively would have embarrassed and disrespected Marvon. They haven't given us a reason to even play Marvon's Susu. I'm going to just say Susu. I say murmur for murmur. I'll say Susu for Sui. You know what I'm saying? So, just because YouTube sucks. But I would assume LB, Justin, and Molly already understand how disrespectful this was if you take Dre out of the equation completely to Marvon and the family, the kids, and the surviving members of the family, more than just them. The people that actually were around Marvon and cared about him, because I'm sure there's way more people than just the people, like, I'm not talking about family members that haven't talked to Marvon in 20 years or 30 years. I'm talking about the family members that were with them. Aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, whatever, that were actually with them. You're disrespecting all of them. There's no way around it. I mean, oh well. I just sometimes am just baffled at their lack of thought.
And the people that follow me,
No empathy and compassion.
Banana says, I hope Dre sues these people. You know, I don't know why she wouldn't. They've got massive amounts of money. They would pull her bank records. They would pull her PayPal records, her Super Chat record. They pull all of those records for Letitia, for Molly, for Justin, and for LB. The people that were involved with it, they would pull their records. They would look at the amount of money they made by defaming, slandering, and lying constantly about Dre. And they would make a decision whether they did. This is the question, Molly. Chat, let's talk about this, and then we can shut this video down. When you look at defamation or slander, there are unintelligent YouTubers out there, and they just scream that you're defaming them, right? If defamation rests upon the person maliciously, just like with doxing, you can look at it the same way. Doxing is where you're maliciously using private data because you're angry or your butt hurt, you're salty. That's doxing. Defamation and slander would be, did Molly do adequate research to find the truth and then represent the truth when she went, even if she's gonna have a horrible opinion about how Dre dresses, acts, and looks, is she still gonna be honest about what's going on and what's happened? And it's not that she can just say, nana nana boo boo, my ears are plugged and I'm gonna go do a stream. Did she do an adequate amount of work? Now, the fact is, that's a reason why I am glad to do my show, and I'm glad Nonsense was doing her show around Dre. It's because if Dre does sue, the fact that Molly has all these content creators showing and telling her where she's lying and where she's wrong, and the fact that she goes into their live chats, acknowledges their existence and fights with them, proves that Molly has access not just to the data. She has access to the data without us, but because we're here, she can't make excuses like, I couldn't find it, I didn't know where it was. We've established through our content that Molly, Justin, and LB are purposely doing this. They have another human being out there, and those people, all of those people out there, every one of them, not just one, have shown them where they're lying and what it is they're doing wrong. And if they try to use the excuse that they didn't know, it would backfire in their face. They would be able to say, everybody knew. Look at all these creators talking about it. Look at all this out there. Now, to determine whether these people deserve to give a monetary judgment to Dre, they're going to ask whether they did this maliciously. And okay, the Cardi B situation is a great example. Someone brought it up earlier in the chat. Cardi B she's this performer, she's this millionaire, she's this really rich person, right? You know who she is. She does music. There was a YouTuber that was making up blatant lies about Cardi B in the exact fashion that they did Dre. And this person built their channel from nothing to basically a big channel, making a bunch of money. Like, she probably made $1 million, no joke, if not more. And that's why when Cardi B came in and sued that person, they ended up owing Cardi B like $8 million. And it was because this person was very much, you could easily show that they weren't trying to be honest. So they said, why were you lying? Why weren't you pushing the truth? Is it because the entire internet or the entire news cycle thought that what you were saying is true? Well, no one in the world is saying what you're saying. You're the only person that's come out and said these things about Cardi B. Where did you get all of this? And basically, that person had to finally admit that they made it up. And the same thing would happen with Molly. Whether she admits it or whether they prove it, they could easily prove she made all of this stuff up. She never went and grabbed a single shred of proof to back any of the accusations against Dre. That's all Dre needs to win it. And they're not even going to, so what they're going to do is, if Dre does sue them, they're going to prove what I just said. Then they're going to go in and look at how much money they made. Most likely, they're going to award Dre that money times either, is it 3 or 8 or whatever. They multiply it for certain reasons, they'll multiply it. If it was malicious and it was a crime, then they're going to add pain and suffering. Then they're going to add sustained damage to a brand or whatever it is. And that's why this person ended up owing Cardi B like $8 million. An internet, like a YouTuber, ended up owing Cardi B like millions of dollars. With Dre, I do believe she would easily get a judgment of 1 million. I don't think she'd get a judgment of 8 or 10 or 20 million, but I do think she'd easily get a judgment of 1 million against Molly, Justin, and LB. And basically, Molly and Justin and LB only can sit and cross their fingers and pray to the altars they create in their back rooms and their attics that Dre chooses not to sue them. Dre has a very large window, by the way, too. She has a pretty large window. It's not a very small window of the statute of limitation, because it was all broadcasted and because all of it is saved, all of it's proven. there's, you know, in order for them to make money, they had to do it publicly and it had to be recorded. It's not like they went and did it and some of it got recorded. All of it's recorded. And then on top of that, when Molly, in fact, just went in and deleted all of her Dre videos. And a lot of people were like, why? I think we know. I think, yeah, she's gotten some kind of legal paperwork or some type of criminal paperwork. And the only reason I even think it could be criminal, like I would say it's civil and it's Dre suing her. And that's probably what it is. Though I think it could be criminal because Dre went to the FBI. We now know that Dre went to the FBI. We knew that beforehand. In fact, if you rewind to my initial coverage, probably a month and a half in, I told you guys that Dre went to the authorities and to the FBI, and people were calling me a liar. And now in that report, you know what I need to do? I need to go back into my content and go find things I told you about this story that other people called me a liar for and compile all the things that I was vindicated on from this report. But anyway, we know that she went to the FBI. It's in the police report, and she went to the police. So I do believe that Molly, Letitia, and then a couple other YouTubers have gotten some kind of legal paper. Statute of film laminations. Yoon, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, pirate girl, good to see you. I would think she could sue Letitia for getting money using Marvan's name. When my brother was in a coma, I'd have been pissed to find out someone was using his name for money, says Clemens. Oh, easily. And listen, like, I don't want to keep saying, haha, I was right, but I told people that Letitia is being looked at by agencies. And of course, in that report, Dre did go to these agencies. And I said this because I was told this by certain people, and they had given me certain things to back up what they were saying. And I brought it to you guys. I let you know where it was from, and, you know, to only trust it as far as you can. Don't like assign it as truth, you know. I think Letitia's in a massive amount of trouble. In that report, in that 35-page report, Dre, as I've said 5 times, turned Letitia into the FBI. Because you can't turn Letitia in to the local PD. Because Letitia did this across the entire United States. Hell, she did it across the entire world. But of course, you can't go out and there's no agency across the whole world. You got to use the FBI because she's from the United States. Dre did. And so the FBI is going to look and see if it was fraudulent, if she lied, and what she did. And they're going to assign charges to Letitia if they move forward, of course, based on what happened. So, and now here's the issue. Here's the issue. We've had to deal with the FBI in several stories. If you've watched me for a few years, you know that I've had to deal with the FBI in a few stories. And I've actually been interviewed by the FBI for a story or two. Navy, you want to back me up on that one so people don't just think I'm making that up?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
In
Several
fact,
times.
I even had, not just me, some of my moderators were interviewed with me by the FBI. Yep. So there were other people there in the recording. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just letting you know. I've dealt with this kind of thing before, and I'm going to tell you factually, 100%, it takes forever. It takes a long time. It doesn't mean that they're not doing anything, by the way. The way that I think they look at it is, Letitia's already out there. She's already spent all the money, right? And it would take, even if the FBI rushed as fast as they could to do something, it would still take at least a year or two. And I think that's why the FBI does their work, and it takes a long period of time. Now, it doesn't mean Letitia's ever going to get in trouble. There are so many strange laws, strange conditions that can arise that could actually make it to where they don't press forward with charges against Letitia, or that they do. Really, Letitia's just rolling the dice with luck, but so is Molly and Justin and LB. At any moment in time, they could get a phone call or they could get a visit at their door, and they could be required to sit down and do an interview with the feds. That goes for Letitia, and it goes for these three. Then, if the feds end up going like, real far with pressing charges or doing something, they could go to YouTubers, because they've done, don't even say it's not possible, because they've done it to me before. They could go to Nonsense, myself, or some other people out there and ask them to give statements or to ask them to give information. And last time that I was interviewed by the FBI, it took like 5 hours. Like, it took a long time. It sucked. I didn't get to make no money that night. I didn't get to get no Red Bulls. I didn't mind doing it. It was for a good cause. It was for the right thing to happen. But anyway, I don't like the feds, by the way. Like, if you ask me my opinion, I don't like them. Anyway, I didn't want to hit play on this. I don't want to watch this, but let's get it done. It's not against Menace, of course. It's just the video in general. I'm so glad he did this. And of course, I'm going to play it because, you know, to make sure that I do show that I am glad that he did this, and so that you all, but I want you all to go watch this on your own. Taking this in with you giving your full attention without me interrupting it is very important in my opinion, and it'll cause you to think about things that you're not going to think about when I'm reacting to it.
We followed this case, Justin's family, Justin, and how about Lynette's and Mr. Marvana and Miss.
Personally, listen, I feel bad for Marvon Sr. to an extent, but I still don't like him because of the fact of allowing themselves to take money over their son. Because I think that if Marvon would have been asked, and this is over me watching crazy hours of Marvon and Dre talking, I'm under the express opinion that he would have said that he wants Dre and his children to have any money that's collected over him having something like this happen. And that is factual. That's not made up. It's not something that I'm just throwing out there. Marvon said these things. If you go and listen to him talk, I've played them on this show. So I am not going to give Lynette or Marvon Sr. any kind of positive thought other than to feel bad for them that this happened to them too. Letitia, on the other hand, can fuck off.
Miss Letitia and her kids, don't you think they want to see this?
Are you kidding me?
No.
They want to see this?
No.
How does Letitia even have a right to see this? How? How, Molly? Because you know if this was anyone else, you'd be screaming, Letitia signed her kids away. She signed this kid away when he was 6 months, and now she's got the nerve to want to see this. If someone you hated, that's what you'd be saying right now.
I'm sure the family really wants to see the paramedics respond to their family member's tragic situation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Menace, making Donald Trump talk. He is too good at this, Navy. Menace is too good with these voice things and stuff. My God.
I'm sure they are also grateful that you're showing the entire world. You fucking turnip.
You turnip.
And guess
and
what?
Just the regrets that Dre will have to live with.
Dre? She didn't do anything. You know,
okay.
The regrets is you and Molly. You and Molly will have to live with the regret.
I just want to say this right fast. The reason Marvon is breathing today is because of what Dre did.
Yes. She doesn't have to feel bad.
No, she did everything she was supposed to do. She called the cops. She got advice on what to do. She administered life-saving techniques to her husband.
Saved him.
And because of that, when they came in to help, when the paramedics and got there, that directly led
Saved
to
his
the
life.
fact. Yes.
Justin is projecting. Justin knows. Because when you lie to yourself and when you lie like this, I don't care how good of a pathological liar you are. The reason liars like these two and LB and Letitia are so angry all the time, they're so negative and they're so weird, is because when they lie to themselves, it still echoes in the back of their head. It's still there, bouncing around. And that is the thing that causes them to have so much anger and so many angry responses. So you can try. Put it on Dre. so that you feel better. But you've already posted that you're having trouble sleeping at night. And we know it's not because you feel bad about Marvon. Actions not only speak louder than words, they are the main judgment. They're the main way to see how someone feels. If you tell me you love somebody and then you punch them in the nose and break their nose, I'm not going to believe you. If you tell me that you respect a charity, but then you go in and sneak into the bank and steal all the charity's money, I don't think you respect that charity at all. But people can lie like the wind. Lying is as easy as talking, and talking is simple. The action isn't. So you saying you can't sleep at night, Molly said she can't sleep at night, even LB posted she was upset. I think it's because you guys know. Now that Dre's been cleared, you have nothing to fall back on. You have nothing to continually say you did the right thing. You do have to feel bad. You do. You can hate Dre, but you're still going to feel bad. Well, I'm kind of hungry. Let me mute real quick. Go ahead and talk to the chat, Navy. I'm going to talk to Rachel.
Oh yeah, I think that's one thing that they keep looking over is this aspect that, you know, if it wasn't for Dre's actions, Marvon most likely would not be here right now. And even in the state that he's in, we don't know the actual state, but even in the state he's in, and they get so mad, and she gets so mad because they make these assumptions about things that they're smarter than everybody else. And then the cops come out and go, "Nope, you're wrong." And her first thing to do is to claim that the report is fake. And you know what? One thing I will give Justin, out of the four of them that have gone on this case and claimed this stuff and claimed the things about, you know, Dre and everything else, he is the only one so far to come out and say that she was cleared, right? Now, granted, he did it in the most assholish way possible. She didn't do anything physically to him. Well, bro, you ain't got any proof she did anything mentally to him either, or emotionally or anything else, but be there for someone who suffered from PTSD, someone who suffered from, you know, childhood issues and all this kind of stuff. She was there for him the entire time. And so unless you got some magical proof out there, which you don't, then do me a favor and shut up. Because you just making yourself look like the biggest moron in the world. You and fucking loudmouth too are just looking like the biggest idiots on the planet.
It ain't nothing. It is nothing compared to what's coming. And of course, it's not a threat, Molly or Justin. Don't worry. I don't do that. I'm talking about videos that are coming. I've heard about some people that are interested in this story. I don't know if they're going to make videos. I heard there's some YouTubers that are very interested in this after what just came out. Also, I know that me, Menace, and others are going to be dropping Omega edited videos on your asses. Menace is going to drop them right here. I'm going to drop it on Unirock too, and it's going to be wondrous.
I mean, do I have to spell it out for a couple of you? Because
I guess, hey guys, I guess Rachel's going to go to the store. So if you want to get me, if you want me to have any, I don't want any Red Bull. If you want me to have a strawberry sundae, I'll share my link in the chat. I don't. She probably won't give me a strawberry sundae, but
most of the people that follow me are
I'm just trying to think of something to say so I can share my link, y'all. I'm sorry.
super smart. But if I have to spell it out for you, if they're gonna just really clear Dre,
ooh, I have not seen this. I haven't seen Molly say this.
you're looking at the fucking cop that dealt with it. He's a fucking moron.
Oh, I have seen this.
What does that
I didn't know
even?
she said that. I didn't know she said that. So Molly realizes that it's out there. That, oh, look at her face. Oh, God bless her. God bless her heart. She is so confused. That is a fear. That is a face of fear and utter confusion right there. Because she knows that if Dre's been cleared by the police, she's like, I'm going to get sued. I'm going to lose my YouTube channel. Dre's going to take all the money that I made off of her name. The only reason that I could lie about Dre and make all this money is because she wasn't cleared by all these police investigations. Wow, every YouTuber in the world is going to make videos about how dumb I am. Oh, lordy, this is bad. Look at that face. Hold on, I got to save that. That's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail only a mother could love. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I got one thing to ask Molly to do. Do me a favor, darling, and take them big ass glasses you got, read the report, and then for once, use them to see the truth.
I know, Merc, bro. I know. And dude, I'm sorry I haven't been playing no games lately, but I do plan on playing Dead Space Remake, and it's going to be incredibly intense. That game is scary, and I want to play the new. Oh, you guys are going to call me a dork. I kind of want to play the new Harry Potter video game, just for the memes. Just for the memes. So I don't know if you guys will come watch me, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be extra content, of course. It's not going to take away from anything. That is a thumbnail that only a mother could love right there. Molly is losing it. Okay, so wait. She said that the cop is a moron. The cop wasn't investigating her. The cop's not there investigating her. That cop is not part of CSI. LB brain. She's got an LB brain right here. Like, I'm sorry. Molly is very unintelligent. LB takes the frickin' cake, and sometimes Molly ends up having an LB level of brain function. And this is it.
Oh, you know they both licking the stupid tree. Well, come on now.
You got to use that one more often. That's a good one. Keep that one in the vault of good responses. That's a good one. Licking the stupid tree. I love it. But you see what she's doing? She realizes how fucked she is, so she's trying to demonize the cop. She wants to throw. This is Molly's grifter reaction. She throws out an excuse. She's trying to create excuses already. Her mind is already, oh shit, she's been cleared. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, I know. I'll act like the cops are incompetent. Bam. See? If the cops are stupid, then I can still be right. Can't I, Justin? Hey, Justin, if the cops are dumb, can I still be right? Well, then the cops are so dumb. All those cops are so dumb.
That's why. Oh, look at me.
I know. I'm going to flick and swish my Hogwarts wand. Yep.
Oh, look at me.
You see, her and Betty do the same thing. It's always in some parts of the cops, right?
Navy.
Because they're conspiracy theory.
Navy. Oh, my God. I haven't seen this. Oh my God, bro. I had to turn the music off.
Oh! That's why! I dealt with it. He's a fucking moron!
Molly, the cop that dealt with her didn't do the investigation. He was the responding officer. So yeah, your little act here isn't going to work. Also, she was investigated by several agencies, several different times, and cleared 150% every single time. I know you really want Dre to be guilty so you can save your ass here, but I tried. This is Molly. Listen to me real quick before I play this part, because you're going to piss everybody off, and I want to say this. I've been trying to warn you since I first came in. Trying to tell you this is what was going to happen if you didn't listen. I wasn't here to put anybody down. Wasn't here to be a dick. I was here to get to the truth, and I did. And that's why that police report backs up everything I said. Tried to help you. Tried to warn you. Tried to tell you this day was coming. Navy, watch this. She's going to do the rope thing again. Menace is right. She is trying to disrespect nonsense. And she's trying to basically just be vulgar.
That's why. Oh, look at me. Oh, look at me. I got the rope. Here it is. Let me put it in my bag.
So this is how you respect a suicide video, Molly. This is how you make fun of the suicide video. You're not even making fun of Dre. Making fun of Dre the whole time. Now you're making fun of Marvon, his rope, and the police officer. Yeah, I don't think this is you respecting this video.
Might as well wear my Burger King hat. Oh, let me put it in the bed. I'm so stupid. But you want to know something? How about this? We leave her in God's hands, and remember one thing, people.
Yeah, we want to leave you in God's hands. We don't have any ill will. God's going to handle everything.
The truth always finds a way.
It just did. The truth just found a way.
Molly, you need to listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said, because the truth does find a way back to you to expose your ass.
Yeah, Molly, you haven't been talking about Dre for a minute. Everything went quiet. A lot of people thought nothing else was going to come out. A lot of people thought there'd be no justice for Dre or Marvon or the kids. You guys being exposed as lying about everything you said about Dre is justice for Marvon. You got what you asked for. You got justice for Marvon. Also, yeah, it's in God's hands. So if you lied about Dre, make money off of it. Well, if I were you, I would switch to atheism, because I think it'll be an easy way for you to cope with everything you've done. You can literally just say, hey, there's no God. I don't have to worry about anything I just did. Because if you keep believing, I don't know how you, I don't know, man. You do realize if you want to repent for what you've done to Dre, you're going to have to apologize to her to the same level that you attacked her. A lot of people will pretend as if, like in Christianity and stuff, repenting is literally just, admitting to God you did something wrong. Actually, it's also, bringing what you did back to good. So, you are, I think there's a reason you just said this. And I think you and Justin have been projecting for a minute.
To come out.
Yep.
Remember?
The truth just did come out. That's what just happened. Months and months of quiet, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this report comes out. And it proves you lied.
O.J. Simpson?
The only moron around here is Molly Golightly.
Those cops.
Man, it's so good, Bubba.
It's so funny seeing Donald Trump. Seeing Donald Trump say this shit to Molly is so good. I hope to God Menace puts "you're fired" at the end or something, right?
Can be reported. Report them for what? You can't report them. It's not like he did it.
I'm sure those cops can be reported somehow, some way, says Chelsea Joe, for not doing the proper police work. Again, Molly has her mods and followers believing that the responding officer is CSI. She's got them believing that the responding officers need put on their lab coats and their gloves. This is literally what LB said, by the way. I'm not kidding. Yeah, LB's this good at true crime. They need to put on their gloves and their lab coats, and they need to go in and start CSI immediately.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. She said gloves, but still, she said, why didn't that officer put on his gloves and do proper crime scene investigation? And everyone's like, because he's the responding officer. Have you ever even read Wikipedia before, LB? And then she's like, what's a Wikipedia?
He's just dumb.
And then her blubbermouth husband's like, well, honey, and she's like, what'd you say? Baloney mouth. And he's like, honey, Wikipedia is an online encyclopedia where many people contribute to the definitions of things around the world. She's like, oh, that's what Wikipedia is?
I'll tag him in this video.
Do you think you're famous or something? Nobody fears being tagged in your videos, Molly.
Kashkirnon family just said Kashkirnon family just said it. No crime, medical emergency. Exactly. For some reason, whenever I mock LB and her husband, I really feel like I'm doing like a perfect freaking mocking of them. I can literally just see them talking. Like, damn. Baloney Mouth really knows what Wikipedia is. He explained that perfectly, only if we could understand what he says.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, what? He's alive?
We had gotten in a.
I know, and this is what Molly Menace. I love that you put this in. I gotta stop laughing. This isn't funny. Ugh, I can only cope with this by laughter, y'all. Yeah, Molly just mocked Marvon attempting suicide. This is why justice for Marvon and justice for Dre, hashtag justice for Dre, is Molly having YouTube ban her. Look, I love PewDiePie. It's no secret. It's not just because the dude gave me $500. It's also because I think he's a brilliant content creator. And if PewDiePie had gone live with this video and mocked Marvon in the exact way Molly did, I would definitely say he should be banned. Normal content creators stay away from this content in this way. And if they, for some reason, have to react to a video like Molly is, we are very careful. We make sure that we're very respectful because we don't want to slip up and make a joke or act a fool or something and end up saying something or doing something that ends up doing that, right? Now, here comes the results of the poll. Got me? So here was my question to the audience. If the situation was reversed and a video hit the internet of Molly's husband, God forbid, I wish no ill will to any of them, this is a question. If Molly's husband was in Marvon's place in a video and Molly's son was in Dre's place in a video, what would Molly think about this happening? So 51% of you out of 130 votes said she would be super mad if anyone reacted to the video of her husband and son. She would play it herself to milk it for money, said 44% of you. 3% of you said that she would be okay with other people playing a video of her husband and son in this exact situation. God forbid that it ever happened. So again, 51% said she'd be mad. 44% said she would milk it for money herself. 3% said she'd be okay with it. I agree with the angry part. Do I think she would play it herself? Most likely. Most likely she would do both. I hate to say that out loud, but I don't think she has barriers. If only because her son, and the only reason I said her son is because there's no other family member at her home to take the place of her son, or I would have replaced him with someone else. But so my point is, you know, I agree with you where she would be the victim is what she would do. Like if this video came out, but it was what's his name, her husband, and it was her son, she would say, I'm the victim of all these creators doing this to my family's tragic moment, and Molly would want us all banned if we reacted to it. So let's switch up the question. I'm not going to do another poll, but let's say that it was LB. If a video that it was LB having a horrible situation like this turned into a body cam and we all reacted to it, how would Molly react? Would she be saying that we were violating LB's family, we were disrespecting LB's family? Now remember, when we react to the Molly video, yeah, we're going to be mocking it just like Molly did, Dre. When we react to the LB video, we're going to be mocking it. We would never do that. I'm just saying hypothetically if the role was switched. Not only that, I also believe that LB would be out there campaigning for all of us to be, anyone that watched the video to be banned. I don't even think LB would be saying that you needed to mock her to be banned. It was just watching the video would be violating her family, violating her life. Now, you know, everybody's been asking me if I'd seen a video of LB's sister whooping LB's ass. I don't have it. So if you have it, send it in. It's a video that's on YouTube, and it's been on YouTube. I just don't have it. And if you want me to react to it, let me know. I don't know why that reminded me that I need that video, but it's hilarious. A man survived an attempt on his own life. Funny, Molly. I know. Let me see this real quick. I want to just see that last part again.
Nobody fears being tagged in your videos, Molly.
Yeah, he keeps it. Wait, what? He's alive?
She is. And this is what I said. She's mocking Marvon here. She's mocking Marvon. She's not mocking Gray. There's no way to say she's mocked. Also, she's eating popcorn while watching Marvon's passing. You know? And yeah, if he comes out of it, fine. It's not a passing, but while he's still in that state, I think it's him passing into that state. I'm not saying he's passing on. I'm saying he's passing into the state he's in. She's watching him pass into the state he's in now, which is him. It's him not being there for the family and not being there in the world. So it's almost it's right next to it. And all of us have been praying for Marvon to wake up. All of us have been mad about this because we care about Marvon. We care about Marvon as much as we care about any other person, any of our best friends, any of our family members experiencing something like this, because we have empathy. We get upset, we get depressed, we get mad when we have to watch Molly and Justin and LB do this, because we do care about other people. And the last thing we want to see is anybody having to go through this stuff. Bro, fuck, why is my phone making noise? Shit, I gotta go check it, Navy, if you want to talk to the chat. Probably one of the kids.
Okay, I will, yeah. Yeah, you know, and the thing is that I think they would get upset if someone got a hold of the video footage, period. Even if it was just to show what happened, they would get mad. Not to mention if somebody decided to use the camera footage, like the body cam footage, to try to convince everybody that they were still guilty of something because they didn't like the way, like if we did it, we didn't like the way they reacted to, you know, hearing certain things or the cops talking to them and all this kind of stuff. And like was pointed out earlier, this was not a crime scene. This was a medical emergency that came over 911. It was not seen as a crime scene. The cops were there to make sure that the EMTs were able to get there and they were able to take a statement about what happened and all this kind of stuff while it was happening. And on top of that, Dre was still dealing with her children being in the house, trying to keep them away from seeing what happened. Right? So it is just fucking deplorable that she thinks this way, that she acts this way, and Justin too. Like I like I said, I'll be with Uni. I'll give him a smidge of credit that he actually came out and said she was cleared, and that's only because he's covering his own ass. That's all he's doing is covering his own ass.
Justin's thinking ahead to YouTube being, he's thinking ahead to the damage that they've done, and he's thinking about how YouTube's going to look at this, and he's thinking about the possibility of all of us getting YouTube to take a look at them. And he's worried that the amount of just really nasty stuff that he said and did to Dre, Molly, will end up negatively impacting his channel. And I guarantee that's the only motivation for why he did what he did. And this is menace to sobriety. I'm going to be shouting him out a lot in the coming months. He's a member of our squad fam. He hangs in our streams. He plays video games with me when I go live sometimes. But that's not why I'm shouting him out. Just like Kathy P and just like the rest of the people I've been shouting out, Burnt Toast, he does a great job. These are videos that take a lot of effort and time. You have to take a long video and you have to go through it meticulously and pull out very specific time periods and make sure that you're, you know, making your point. And I think he did a great job. Please head over there and leave him some comments. Give him a thumbs up. Subscribe to him. I'm going to put the link in the chat because, you know, any little bit of interaction you do on these videos helps the creators. And it is how we it's how we can support people without having to give money. 'Cause I know a lot of people, you know, the majority of everybody have no money to give content creators. You don't have to give them money. You can support them through likes and stuff. I don't do it for everybody, but the creators that I do really like to watch, I definitely do everything. I leave comments every day because I want to support people. Now, back to Toastie. We started here, and we have been live for 3 hours. Oh, shit, dude, it's going to be one of them nights because I'm not done with Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty, for any of you that are here now, doxed 2 innocent children and an innocent adult trying to intimidate Burnt Toast. This is her account. She, after doing this, got scared and went and changed her picture. And I think she even added something to her name. Luckily for Burnt Toast, she's got a browser extension. Also, in live chats, I don't know if Betty forgot, but they've added this new thing where I can go to someone's channel and check to see if this is really Kathy. That's really Kathy. But I could check to see if it is Kathy just by clicking here. So not only does this prove that it's Betty, the fact that you can click this and check, but the browser extension that Burnt Toast has proves it's Betty. This is, these markings are 2 minor children's names blanked out, and also an adult blanked out. What I said before we switched topics was, one of the things I said was that she also threatened the 2 minor children by saying that they will get theirs very soon. Now, why would Betty do this in Burnt Toast's chat? If you don't know who Burnt Toast is, she criticizes Betty, laughs at Betty, and exposes Betty using the footage Betty puts out. She will prove that Betty is a pathological liar, that she's a vicious, nasty person, that she spits on people, attacks people, and does all this crazy stuff. She's proven that she doxes people. She's proven that she has tried to dox Burnt Toast many times. This is just another example. Also, that doesn't explain why. You're still saying to yourself, wait, that doesn't explain why she would do this to 2 minors. She thought that the adult that she doxed was Burnt Toast. And she doxed and stalked the name of that adult and found that that adult had 2 minor children. So then she threatened and used and doxed the 2 minor children to try to intimidate Toastie. Unfortunately for Betty, she got the wrong person. It wasn't Toast. These weren't Toast's kids. Someone, Toast, needs to contact this woman and the parents of these kids and let them know that Bullhorn Betty did this and endangered them and threatened them. And I don't know why YouTube hasn't banned Betty's channel yet. Let's hear a little more of what Toastie had to say, and I'll make sure you can still see it, Navy. Just give me
the
2
employer
seconds.
and the location will feel about your online conduct. So more doxing. And I said, put it in your file you have on me. Ha ha ha.
And Toastie said this because Betty has the wrong person.
Because at that point I was like, yikes, I'm screenshotting this and she's never going to let it, no one's ever going to let this go.
We're not going to let this go. No. I already don't let it go that she's tried to spit on some dude, that she yells and screams in the Bullhorn, that she supports JLR even after he physically assaulted somebody at a protest, all the damage that they've caused. I already remind people constantly. I know it's not the best content in the world, but hell, people need to be reminded. We ain't going to let this go down.
And of course, there was already, I think there were like 500 people in the chat already, and they all saw, there's a whole bunch of people who saw it.
Kirk said she alluded to it in the comments she posted yesterday, then deflected to her mom. She doesn't like what she read in the comments on other channels describing her as a depraved and inhumane. She is depraved. This is depraved behavior. This is inhumane. You never would, none of us would ever do this because we would know that likelihood
talking
is
about Molly.
Oh, okay. Either way. But none of us would ever do this because we would consider that we most likely would not have the right person. But most of us would not do it because it's wrong, like at the base level. And that's what happens when these people act this extreme. You start to forget about the baseline. Yeah, she doxed 2 minors and threatened them. Talked about where they went to, like doxed where they live and went to school and tried to just completely ruin their lives. Sure, but she still was just plain doxing. Like the doxing alone is bannable material. It's bannable offense. It proves that she does this. It proves that she is a danger to people on the platform and needs to be banned. Then add in all the rest of it. We've been going 3 hours. We're going to come back with this on our next stream. And I promise you, we'll be a little quicker next time. Also, I said yesterday I wasn't going to stream till I had my upload done. Of course, it got late. I didn't have it done, and we wanted to stream because there was all this stuff happening. And I had already had it in my head and ordered. Tomorrow, of course, I'm going to try to put a focus on the upload. And I'll get it up, and it'll be great. But either way, I still, as long as I'm bringing you guys content and as long as I'm bringing you guys what's going on, updating you, hooking you up with what's there, I think we're doing a good job with that alone. So either way, it is Friday. My kid is texting me, and stuff goes on with the family on the weekends and stuff. So I'm gonna jump out of here. Navy, just your general thoughts here. Let's not talk about the whole body cam thing. Let's talk about Bullhorn Betty lying so viciously that she never doxes, yet this is happening still. What do you think, man? Like, what's the general thought here other than just she sucks?
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%. And the thing is that there are some deranged people out there. So be careful about who you associate with, because there are people out there like Bullhorn Betty, which will try to come at folk,
And who you support. Yeah, who. Like, supporting creators. It seems inconsequential. A lot of times it is. Fortunately, let me give you a little more information though real quick. So Justin said in Molly's reaction video where they were reacting to the body cam, he referred to Vaughn having an auto CPR belt being used on him. Also, many other things. I'm just going to stick with that one. Now, why is that important? Because that information, Justin and Molly, wasn't in the body cam footage. It was in the 35-page report. Nonsense didn't even share that before you guys went live, so you couldn't have seen it on Nonsense. So you had to have read the 35-page report before you went live. That's just one out of many reasons why Molly and Justin already knew that Dre had been cleared and went and did that body cam footage on purpose, leaving out the fact that she'd been cleared. You know why. Also, let me make sure I got it all. These are little things I was going to present to you. I'm just going to we have a transcript and a link to where Justin says this. Maybe I'll play it for you tomorrow because it'll be really quick. We also have the video where Bullhorn Betty breaks down, where Burnt Toast breaks down Bullhorn Betty's record. We're going to take a look at that when we go into further discussion on Bullhorn Betty's doxings in the next stream. We've got, Molly gets inspired to dox, hate, revenge, attack, scam, and steal, and she remains jealous. Oh, yes. Thank you for that, Janie, because this is what Molly put out, proving that she's watching my show. After I did my show, she put out, imagine if every time you got jealous, you decided to get inspired instead. Justin did this too. Molly and Justin, after we did our stream, and they do this with Nonsense also. They end up putting things out that directly reference something that was said in Nonsense's or myself stream, along with other of you that do content too. Like, they won't say anything ever about jealousy until I talk about or put in my thumbnail how Molly is jealous of Dre. And yesterday, I did a lot of discussion about how she was jealous of Dre. And I do believe she heard about it and then went and posted this as a way to make sure, because in her mind, again, if her audience or if her supporters believes that she's not jealous of Dre, that's all that matters. If she puts it out there and gets them to think about how she isn't jealous of Dre, how she's not jealous of anybody, she lives by this mantra that you should be inspired instead of jealous. Get what I'm saying? Okay. And I can show you more examples of Justin and Molly both watching our streams, doing little things like this. I'm not going to. I think I have shown you this. I don't think I did. Let me do it. Hey, guys. Oh, by the way, this is the wife of the baloney mouth. Hey, guys, if anyone has full report of the Marvon McCray case, email it to me. They've closed their investigation, ruling that it was a suicide attempt. I'd like to go cover this if I find it. Thanks. Also, I have no idea what Marvon's current status is. I prayed a lot that he would pull through this, and that's my hope. As far as really knowing if he's alive or not, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you, he's alive, but he's still in the state he was in. He's not on a machine. I don't know how you guys are even, I don't know why people follow you guys. There are some sheep out there. But let's just center in on what she said here. Do you notice how she says they've closed their investigation, ruling it was a suicide attempt? Yeah, but you personally have been telling everybody that you believe Dre was involved, that Dre did something here. Why couldn't you type the words that they cleared Dre? They had already been, they closed the investigation long ago, LB, and you know it. Notice also, this makes it sound like she doesn't have the full report. We know that Molly and Justin had it. Do you think that they sent LB the footage of the cam, but they just decided not to send her the report? Maybe they didn't. I don't believe that, though. I think LB watched the nonsense. I think she watches me, and I think that she, you know, is constantly in my, watching my videos when we're live and just steaming and yelling. And I think every time I imitate her husband doing the blubbermouth voice, that he starts to stand up and stomp around his room and go, "That did help me. I'm really bad at this guy. He's not a veteran, and I think I don't brush my teeth." So anyway, I'm out of here. See you later. PayPal.me/unirock if you want to support our show. I hear you. I know you guys have been hitting me up and telling me, listen, Uni, leave the body cam footage. We appreciate you covering it. Leave it behind. And most of you are saying, like, you don't want it to upset me. You don't like seeing me mad or upset because you care. And I appreciate you. I love you. I feel like really lucky that you guys care and that you watch me and stuff. But remember, we're not here to get justice for Dre. We're using the hashtag justice for Dre because we want justice for Dre, not because we're going to do it. Okay? I don't get you justice. I'm not going to save anyone. I'm not going to save the world or anything like Molly and all of them pretend to do. I'm just here to entertain you. And sometimes we cover something that's just so vile that, yeah, we get pissed. But it's just because we're people. We push through it and we keep moving. Only a small portion of this stream was distracted by it. Tomorrow, I think it'll be even smaller, if not at all. So thank you guys for getting through this with us. You know, I feel like we all kind of went through it together, you know, and we won't, when you live stream, if you're doing a show where you try to just report facts and entertain and be real, you're not going to have, oh yeah, hell yeah, Peggy. You're not going to have all of the, every stream's not going to be that big thing like we've seen in the last few days. And I do think that's what these guys seek to do with the lies they create, is create a big, dramatic, crazy, mysterious stream every time they stream. They feel like they got to one-up themselves. And we don't do that here. We're just here trying to chill with you and be here. If you want to choose to watch us, we really appreciate you. And those of you that support us, you know, you have all of our thanks. And we try to not just say it. We want to actually show you by bringing you the show and putting all the work we can into it. So thank you very much.